wo sem awa brafe bodie wo siri obetimi ayi economy so no nyina no wona gentleman ensom abekasa ne branches adults awo Ghana ene ne monte so mo ayeta kwadenom Owo aye Tadisco Junction and after me Castle Kofodia waben Central Police Station Kumasi so no wabe huno ewo ayabre junction kwena wo fast connect area ko Bantama obo so send fast building bi bank ewo asiasro and a Jenjemit enso a oye juma number no aye 0559139582 na Jenjemit enso anyo so enro anya timba ko pamzanka ye file code de mama for masa Nigeria for na hard dream papa enti aye bed save and you know aye bed to or say get to more but the responsible way www.bedway.com.gh na fe what our bed am sick asem and some ejna brane e ho na wo twa wo hye e wo ho na mpokra no wo di ya promote your sick na adiama bed save as game ba could be say and I say ya multiple losses e ba no aye bed save and e bebu ama wo so when your bed and back kunya babia ay exclusive and some adama Betway ko ne twa no ho na mo man man so anya fine and fama na me demand for about center no Dr. Time e da so na efra wi ya de bia bedwane ya de bia suma e woni padua no mu ya de bia SCH asabasa kan atu from bia no woni me demand for about center Dr. Time and some da so enkasai stroke o to ase sisiade e be ko ekwa emabiem we ya bema prostate enlargement no also bound by kama sebia we bema sexually o modomo form e won pam afo your bawni atenka and some e won pam wa bomodi answer when Dr. Time e da so and some e be share doc e show bia anti kwai abua kwa Google School Junction and apokra se mayera e 0244774282 na just on the doctor and so enkasa couple
Semens Vital ba me stand capsule so ma daruma againom ana mema nyina ekutam no na eboaye amiatima ya adwuma yi e won pam to e bema na afi wapebi na no enso atimi aboa na de omni se sciatica no so pains ana wotia eno so eyi efri premature de aka wasam dada e de acho se no ana Ghana for ekutam denden dia mema yi eboaye yi pa 0240616061 na oni mpedi fato train komo high sense o madama na die kan se utie mi na dey na ope home appliances sa air conditioner na ope ana ope sound system o botim o dem ho a eno ebetimi aboa blenders na afi microwave ni nyina no obeba na o so abegibo high sense dey ye bo no e wo form ayate so a chese o isle corner obeba o achimota mo in showrooms no ebi e ho a chese ne atema community 25 won say kan ye o Kumasi tafo yo ho Kumasi city mall ana fe Kumasi adum on say kaye outside Kumasi ne nkraya mankasim ana fe takra de rekodo obuase krofodia ana fe sunya nyina no on sam kaye afrefra o frem 040302550000 na fe oni abon komo yenko charismatic ventures aso ye Zara Mr. and any G and no American for the G capsules no and no elbow juma pa and no and so etime boma and nam yare se gono syphilis candidiasis ninina so ebeko na the woman says so tell me na no pay na oya oban so bi tagugo ntiase a wadro ne onum bia no eyi e de afi o adiama na afi so and no matime ya kama adiama zo man capsules no e memedro sexual weakness and e do ato forma bema untimi nyi udi e won pem no fa drodi and pamienu anwumre mienu after so did the no no hindi about Mr. no time for diabetes and after blood pressure call 0246348334 na fe woni adin komo kofia mu adaroma e ba ne sabo a wodi siu dan no wodi ya wodjuma marble stone and wodi abandoned stones and swimming pool and after wall staircase outdoor and the designs out travel tiles so o floor autumn and assembly sculpture designs wo ye nyina no kofia mu adama ye neswa delivery e bezi otakwa obetimi atonkram na ya 0203062006 0203062006 na fe woni abonkomo emulate about supplement o madaroma na de womre se wutie mi na dey a emulate no ana me kan fom ade amount ss ene nipaduano enso entimi enkwa adwuma so ana se entimi nyese de ye na onante kakra bia wabre onante woni so brew eno chese immune system na emre emulator ba supplement no aye wadro munya bia beboa pa we oba offer fro onum bi enye o makra no fo fa bi enye akra no nimfe dumie no kwa ontimi fa emulator ba supplement 0535 112-813 0535 112 boss problem about a general maintenance ni nyina ne se furniture aso ene amuao na nuama nso enya kama mfama na oka no say brand bay a BMW and as a Mercedes Benz and as a range and a problem about your machine I did detect enyam bia okofa spanner bia be rewra bia bejo and a photo no ye try ho enso ne ehu for we machine ye dis so ade ama odoko highway awon kran ye bo adwuma kumase I want to run about in between Georgia Hotel and I feel Gridco office near fix my right there 0500210191 nafe woni abon koma Kojak farmer o madaruma Kojak charcoal two face no and I feel send wadwuma odeye no e bama se no and wode abamu se ne be pai fita and krano so ade ho enti ene krano so ade no woman so e bama koda ne se no ense and I feel wode so atime bam Kojak troco de no so e boye pama pepu and I feel tie pai woni nyina no and also ebetimi akọ 0244559597 nafe woni edin ko Alaska Daruma eba no wallpapers a chroma de ono a sa blind curtains na open 3D 5D wallpapers a ni nyina de bi aba na de amane de ne da sonko ne sa when you wallpaper bi na your finance bi a wo ba no unsu hu bi a otimi kofa bi at the brow enti channel so de opa bia no wo de fa kwa kira ne so mi hia we ni nyina no ade so de be brow pedodo atu anase baako adum ya be boss of and building across circle tiptoe lane 0554114878 na fe woni abon komota bia ba company industries takum ana abedie takum no ema chasene bema watenka no ekoye pa oba tafre bemedi eno ema tenkan de wompem heba Mr. no kill malaria join the senafe obi ananum ato a didie kra ontimi ne bie onso adro panie na castles no so ye waste pay sisie no se sie ye bia no chia kra na ebetene ana afi so uyema timuntimi nko ba bi so a ni nyina no wadro nie 0243686861 na onim parimfa din komada GC brands o madaruma o mana di soldier mentholated balm and powder every ababam no ema wonam jaw enso ekwa wo ye adwumaden meka se ogina wiaso o ya ne se o ye trotro driver ana se o ne onso ye mate wo be gina mu sa de be che na fe o be da wonam nyina ye ya fedra bie na fatwi so ekuli na yi pains no e de fuel na brushes no so de unya powder ne bia no e be yi e de afu anu your soldier mentholated balm and powder na make am for the amount natural and company limited o me na the proslav capsules aba odonso seb entan koye obu odonso eba kokoko se de akoko num so no sa de no ha dwe pebi nso dia what pains ene odonso no ofenesi o twane se ha dinmu ya ne ya twetwe no efemfem no wadro proslav enom aye wadro true man aye weak erection obi a ne sisi nso entimi nyina so premature ne oya ya na abesene otiase se ogina so ese bataza na afenu amaye kama edem ama Congo no ema hunamani ye fe se ne rush se gu anafo bi odwaria na no honam ye ne hene wadro natural and ye drade abe fe no Congo ointment 0249017101 na oni awie power specialist herbal hospital ma me doctor akosua aduaya wode enubra ano aye hahama ye adwuma ye e wona so ye hepatitis B awas be brain waje aye prostate and as stomach ulcer obi a fibroid any kidney stone say how jirikaji aye mema dromomre na mo mepe jirikaji ni bi obe bradjuma papa hebatene ba Mr. ni boost immune system na adroy eneta sene yade ayade sam open no o akra akobenya ACP road no ewo power hospital bus stop for o Kumasi Fayas Bosumchi road ewo Aduaya junction o Takrade Orokodo ewo Anaji estate wo 0244 544-422-0244 now on the power specialist in 24 Eddie and Como Fancy power specialist Umadama.
Whoa, young common on here, no, the foreign news and eba. Now, Mamenyame Amuzupi question of the day, sponsored, probably brought to you by Amuzupi about Misha Wajaso, and Yana Amuzupi about Misha and Bow. I'm a more Johnson, Bama Teya or Bema Bravo Johnson, we won't cry now, Fuse as a moja, and so a woman and simple your banner, just was say, and you man said, and Quay and Mawa Bravo Tenkase, pump through about our brain, so good in Yana, just and Canano, Debium, and I say, Unu Kunusushama, Ayaw, Anawatia, one drone, Ayamuzupi, Alba Mesha, and no, and a Bedua Kajamana Fe, Abuamani Mans, I have friend, Ediama, just and you have a crazy Amoa, Bomadian said, Dread Fathers, Amuzupi, Alba Meshano, Obe Pebi, so Anabesa, Sereno, Ayania can say infections, a draw Tatashe, and no, and to Pebito, woman Daruma, and your day Amuzupi, question of the day, and so Emona, Yebisa says, shut up from me, Yebisa says, Sereno, Yelly, Mercy, at the end, sir, Ronaldo, some will be number 7, and or Tashi. Now, which other number, and Ronaldo, Ashia, the time, and our Real Madrid. Ronaldo is synonymous with the number 7, but which other number did he wear at Real Madrid? And no, I question, I Busao Amuzu, and I say, Yemusao Nano pay, oh, the other day,
number 9.
Jose
9.
Ronaldo commanded was a 9.
Oh, yeah.
That's how see a boat you.
Nine.
Okay.
Satamna senior man 7 Rau.
Tinese Furu Fuso
9 Kai.
Whoa, Mammy had a material for senior for the Bena fee. Yamra and also Kakra. Amuzupi question of the day. Monse, Aaron Cheba for say Ronaldo about Jason number 9. After when see La Vezi Ezekiel, what also said number 9. Godfred Ajiman said number 9. Afe Yafano Bernard Baba so say number 9. Carolina Murphy and so say number 9. Anna when so Omar White. I say number 9 Ronaldo share Oscar Usu Precious. I say CR7 war number 9 first. Our Real Madrid and Musa I said 999 minimum. I had 999 and I said 9 and I will train be bree. Aha na kwa bena and so born number 9 and I feel when so Richie Alonso 1 also so number 9 first. Our Madrid Brown Scorpions as Ronaldo about number 9 I feel I sent Anobel and so say Jason Manan Kabu Fabiso Sway.
Kakran so ewaha eni Pedro Madina Cruz number 9 and Oshay Adam Mafuse say number 11 number 9 at the Real Madrid and Wadeba El Capitano General was number 9 and Oshay Red Dukofi Manuel say number 9 and a best boy skinny as number 19 9 and 7 and Oshay Victor Jelly say number 9 and Oshay Zakaria Isa say number 9 and 11 and no Edward Diaba Brad Crespo as number 9 and a branch of friends Mustafa say number 9 Amoa Cantona say number 9 a branch Sitophilios Savanovic Usu was number 11 number 9 and was say Kwame Fuji was say number 9 and was 29 no a dominating fancy 9999 a dominant will post no assay.
Mami from a bed to a coast in the Emma for your foreign Emra. So why a touch and as simple why set what's the glue TV achieve Facebook Netia. Trail code on a tour a mere money Nancy Busa so code on your sainting and such a tour. Shara can be projected on your screens. Amamo one first quote I get 1919 AE B2 B4 19 AE B2 B4 and 140 us.
Okay.
We can hear
140.
Wait to me to be out to 4 I wait to be one man is one from camera. Now 5 us and Sunny. I have 19 AE B9 54 19 AE B9 54 and here 5 us.
Okay.
I say okay, say lawyer Bibeka says Bema send this camera so I'm running one ma. Which me the court say
yeah juicy
emra ne di won say wo sa anti so di na send omra no wa ma
utimi akwa juicy ka
ni nyina no
emra no wo ho
emra ne di
akani po be test emra no
now the first person I would then children no aduane wo wi ase ne friend say unim okay
first person wo den chine
eno aduane
this have a cover
okay who testament na be the first person
wo den chine
oba or sending his council from now
wa odina ko emra
ne yam kwam no emra this ayo Wontumi sports buffet live on Facebook ayo Wontumi TV wo like him page no one share mon share no more na fa foforo enso ehu dwumade na fe YouTube so live e so live on TV digital no satellite ho ba bia be fa bia won sa enso be kan mo fie mu trotro mu taxes mu anwa ka mu trata bebe ana chasa pradiano many abobo ya no nyina ne ho amomo site eye adwuma nyina no this eye Wontumi sports buffet yanko for
Anwa juma no you Yami wo hoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Ansachre ni no you Yami wo hoda Se uji didia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Isra Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika Luvika, Uvika Naveshika, Uvika Miyodika, Tode Yashak. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Shut up, come on, boy, Kapo. Say, Kapo chairman, I feel like chairman, yes. Now, baby, be answer. Got time table who has some messages and a ben obia say, hey, oh, chairman, ya dear pass, say, watch me assemble. I just quite be coming, and papa, me.
Na guess it is okay how guess no me say guess no me say how many boys this year me say guess it say Wontumi sports no I number one
chairman
anwa juma no you Yami wo hoda se uji didia obeya Ansachre ni no you Yami wo hoda se uji didia obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Isra Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika Luvika Uvika Naveshika Uvika Miyodika Tode Yashak
Many our Brawano, as I have bonus league match day 27. Who call a bear arena home and a referee Fanasa Zinsha Blonsky, a credit game, a Liverpool in Timono, one some Manabokua, Yafanasa Boom and a Bamachano, and some like a 7:30 and an tree, and a chess and a gamer, and some other course our bonus league anymore, and what your French league anymore. One more game and Alonso and Argumeno, I 7:45 and Ababokua, Yafanasa Strasbourg, and some bomb game area Tiabokua, Yafanasa, no some Leontina, Yawalion Timono almost Abakwa way, our brass and Gamino, and some other course our Prograno, and some Roman Sagi, or no, and a German second Sunday, one some other side game as Adiamano. Now, so I our France India, me and Chani to Procunafe, Yelfa Jackarino, some from Nadia, when some matches are open, Abacosuna, German second, I think, and you have a ball a year 27. Now, when I'm saying I Friday, Yamia Watchina, and some I Saturday reporter, Mesa can see a young baby and also watching no, Metesa Paris Saint Germain, and some Mabatimi I champions, our Jumedia, Yafanasa French League anymore, South Kabasabia results in Ubi, and some favorable Kua, Yafanasa PhD, not just a league, Yashan and Kobabianos, Omonaje, and somebody else, so there was a Paris Saint Germain, I say, what would come against IS Saint Etienne, our some omunya win our summer chenemo womu dim kunuma womu mompaisa mansa bobokuno and some other kwako luzi omu game and some other rhymes ekromo na ekobasa bia monako and some any nisi game no womu some draw and some pomodako and nisi so draw dia na chasa aye day team no and some other ye champion so abra fei and ye baba call aye ne kansa match day 27 hour bread no aye match sa kan kra no and some baba said yo ho ye day aye update ni nyina no and some other event no PSG nyame ya mo channel so no and some other to me akosere wo say no and some siku our Barcelona some nyina no ye day ema ye tefo and some pay so our show no so and some other from at Alba na jamansa kan nyina no Yes, and say, well, that's why you can Paris Saint Germain. Woman, some assembly, mammy, no, your friend Veronique, Rabbi, or mammy, now, okay, sir, a cobas and out to me, and I'm a best story, sir, Barbara, woman, talk about Le Classique, and some other pack, I had to France, and I'm a catch, sir, supporters, and I say, mammy, way, we're back to be a yampa because, like mother, like son, not just somebody, woman, I changing the narrative, Sabia, yet I can so, Sakwada, one son, maybe, na just was na jano wo mo so mo sesa no na ampa so o tibi hwan pa just say atemdi die sabi o maame no wo ye tutu ni ahawoni entina wo dia wo ama so ntimi ntina aye club bako ama chese ni nyina no akofa sam so de buy na maame no start so ye interview onim say Veronique Rabio somebody atudo say wo bi obeka cho setema na ne bonus na kama Paris Saint-Germain and na e ba so mo negotiate sabia no ba no wo be so stay no mpo Western ten contract arma side ye first PSG ni nyina no wo sem anya no kwada sa wo demand more money answer deba ko a da bonten say amanfo aka say ni dis ai wonom demand sika no more na esa so PSG for no entry sika wo pentin ne wo som antimi amasado no eno som amaso ntoi eye moment na cheso no eye ni interview omo refer no ana osenya no kwada na he Paris Saint-Germain for no Gomu fu say womu betimi ato bia ansa yobu on so sika no no dili na bia wonom bia hede ni ho sa na so be so pon anasa asade no de obeka bia no so obedi so wo so wonom onyo bia betimi sika to no ananya sa ma me fo no ebi no wontimi njai chese ne badache e ma ne nkonko tonsuom e wa bro no e ba beje kakra bi ade hye no botom wontimi ntono e ma ne nya yo no e de nice fom say wo fight e de ma ne bana e fa no sa Adjo Robio eno ana nam so amene wo so adana to twankru ma wo kanu kra ama supporters ni nyina no enso mafu so demand aye more money osenya no kra na ha asemo ba so kan sa asem wei wo mo so da onim so mo time na akwata no ebobo ma Paris Saint-Germain wo so PSG wo mo ko aya chasa sama na senia ye kan sa wo mo da training camp enso awo kata Doha ansa clubs le tai ko omu a no ma ko hona na no Arsenal ekoya Karavet ekoko prayer no na mamene say wo ko Doha no ehon na beto dwase akwara no ne grandmother na chese akwara no na ba ensom ato wai nyamedia ankatim bia nkobeka so oh baby adu dia de no aye family ade aye personal enti e jaw kwan e bia ko nwanya busuafo ekochechire momi wo wura ne ade na e bia mo kata chira no ba boy no kra kam sa ni na ewu obeso kwa wo mo se hene ha na una na ewu onko na nipa odi kan una na ensom ewu ana so una na ewu una akọ bom na eto mu nya ko bamparo wo ma nya kwada no amana nko ebiem wo mo se ne papa dampam a chesa papai wo je chesa home krade awu na chesa papa no dampam emo dentama no mama no say club no ansanjai akwatano amana mama hwere papa na wo tiri ba sasanu ma koso no nyina no the moment abayesa na chesa mo basa mo chesa mumu training camp na makono enso na very important at the day nipa ono eko ana nipa no so da yare mpaso a enye nipa bi akaka one and a grandmother ana for two ayo no ankasa no papa wono so da ba sase so abra na nyina kan bi ana ko ba so ma ne ba no enso akọ juva yet the update so aba fai mami nema enso ada no PSG wonum say to date yana ne pa bi fu sa anya no kwese bia Paris Saint-Germain wo mu tua 222 million enso akofa nema de no ba de we wo boso pa Barca ni bi antam kese na emsam oman so daeda ansa no enema Barca for revise say omu note ana wo for player craft for free na omu sign player repair no man catch us any pan buy our clause no and some 500 million euros now Pedri no any bia lami yama mo de I just say bia we are singing anya me de shows and say that what me atolami yama no mo say aye 1 billion money a kire na we no kasa no wonom any fan Wagner Ribeiro okay na sa time no wono ana na oginam anso adema name we your former agent adema kotana your fan say name onom ada hwe ya ama sa transfer from Barcelona and some adeba Paris Saint-Germain no and also ba so make kasa time for that them now. Oh yeah, I'm on for cinema and Kobabiana or Barcelona Jaja Mekai. Me this story from day one. Of course, the moment and Nema do no Barcelona just a private jet na. I didn't ever see a year France and Montes airport just all selfie plane Mukrano carpet and I'm a tear soon. Mekai say you don't some buy a dear church. Now Wagner Ribeiro say the Mokrana Monshana and Jindi no cross one in me was in Paris Saint-Germain. I'm on some other check in the buy no. Was na asset and said Daisunti ano and I'm a take picture na say one try photo ama sa images ni na no and some ababa and show akabini enti okay say am for nya sa picture we ya eye wonum and try ye ama chese sa picture we and some abada bontesa Societe General ayam pasa timbi etua 222 aye 222 million and ababa found the babako and some adana ko say when you dase bia sa moment no na re enso mbetimi afida enu tina man sticky ayesa pictures na enu ayasmo re fan sa Wagner Ribeiro achas wo hwe ye e ma name deal aba so nyina no wono so mbare sansam no enso mbare atudwa aba brana no pe no ye de aye update ara diaka enso mbade e ma onum sa me no ka say no wo rabobo kwa sa Madrid yanum sa club championship no nyame ya doma abeko so da be na me beka say opa betimi afa Ronaldo on a short term em say no say no achemu baako na wonum say yes radio massa wo mudin komona em say kola si baako friend na kola ne say on your full say the FIFA enya biem say bia from 1st June and ko say bia 10th June o ye team wo betimi asane player bi on a short term enya tintina twen say e wo say bia wo sane ni pan 2 years 3 years and I say bia 5 years and sana what the number club or championship answer teams complain about a yes schedule said yes ya kwakoye 81st to 10th amudi kan Barca wo mu biem to betimi asai bi yes kwala ne fire what do the Barca send you kwenda ho dia and Real Madrid emphasis Ronaldo and can almost quad no sense na ya ball ayen ya kan say club or championship way and some new format 3 year aye from June ekosi July area pa na chase the next time a club or championship so and some aye 2029 Ronaldo and Timmy Kobe and at this time Leo Messi Abobokua your father say Inter Miami and some Banti June 14 ekosi July 13 and as I jumade so our US and a fan suggests Real Madrid and for Ronaldo Nkoi nam on a short term kono and some Kobo from Abobokua your father some Madrid our Bene obetimi sign up to 6 players and a short term contract to Abraham Samno yet the Tisa Rimari Timono, 1%. One more risk, one goalkeeper found say Thibaut Courtois and to game against Leganis Ebia. No matter Andre Lunin and our crocodile and your post and some night update Abanano pay. Now also Ballon d'Or coming here, dear. Yana ya ball Ebia Vinicius, near ball Mbappe, na ya ball Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, now just one job boys to do a chedia and second say see Anna Beko, Nanya numbers and across I say Ballon d'Or, Metesa Federico Valverde one so no some never to me stand chances one some never to me room our podium no sontia mamu rune out onum sa kwadana ya fano Raul Asensio namiye ya beka so atiasia saying until 2029 ama Barca bono de 100 million and aba share the close no ani ade men say kan nyina no and some man say yes say abrosa mete say Real Madrid yes say new release clause and some other Manchester kwadana ya fano say Raul Asensio no say aye 500 million euros and some amount of Quadana your first Raul Asensio no woman somebody ship na chasa Madrid woman some Marcia Basadiano na dintene woman tidi pass was aqua etna and oko market so kwako pobi Raul Asensio obaboka etna who be yasa was aquadano woman some etimi man Teresa Paris Saint-Germain and so other buy said by 2 months ago Sankabi aquadano Womubatia Santana and buyout clause ejina 50 million nanka PSG ni abre panemom womu decided Sakadano womu enjane emane kwanyare sebia boy no ensom abako awoso stay na Madrid manager Fernando Ancelotti report on the second safi ana court eba betena na asem no sonsa edi kaba sebia Ancelotti no why very tax enye ne onse kluba ko a pamofo mo enioma ni agro eye Spain opa akwaye adwuma ho na ekọ 5 years later one by force Abama wobedi wo power hano wantua onti what the kind of fabra manager for Ancelotti wadu kwano and the first coming also the come by abajela decima ema wo mokoi and once ban second come almost say what the come by no what the ka 1 million euros na me aduma a second April na chesa kika ko ebia Wednesday mo bi no ana chesa court ebetena so na metesa prosecutor's office omo request sanko ruano yamanen kodam 4 years 9 months and some our prison now so I there baby say na etire fine na dey what you tax na fe wo so wasum so what me ajo na Ancelotti adache no na adena desa adechi nyina no na chesa gani aye grounds na chesa deno em say epo ebam sampa manager na season where be a probability some manager no ebe stay and na say be a chances our some manager your fellow Ancelotti ebe stay no and some I am very slim our form Jamina no say latest and ye one say manager no omo bene pa be catch us one say the priority nurse and prioritario and so aye Brazil so the Brazil ba ko aye World Cup no na or the Brazil ko World Cup 2026 eba one answer about retire I was so open the pension pay our Saudi masa but Ancelotti musika ma buragu one ska obanya no I just said the bad David so tibi gu akire no manager say what Brazil akọ World Cup no crab ba wo ba so ba kwa koye adwuma I was Saudi I want the aguno Obama aguno brutality I was so kuna kwachi kakra and so the one yana so son about retire one some not retire and some other few coach anymore and to about yeka coach double sense some say and when I make catch us remodeled for train answer na aye Shabi Alonso at the babana one ma train on a pre-match conference na enra and because our brother catch us be be at 2:30 and answer 1:30 and no aye Ghana time no pay me the update about me catch us Shabi Alonso say she knew I was working on hey na say last season by this time see na Castle be stay and was saying last season no na bibi want to work this season she knew I was working na just at Chelsea just chances just manager no ebe free and some so pa na say Shabi Alonso e kodia and Real Madrid and also ko Shadrack mama we for Derek Ray you can Derek Ray what type of TV gamer answer from PS2 at the banning as Satana Portugal no about you welcome on board your commentator Ebia John Champion Jim Beglin maybe about Derek Ray onunie wa yadwuma to brutal or your school and me no more commentator of Bundesliga nom and Ebia DL Pokanom yate it one Germany one of the others who commentator achepa and you say Derek Ray so penny na mo na situation at the man aye Shabi Alonso at say and was ono odiriye pass Shabi Alonso be the next coach Jama Real Madrid as a story na demo enra at the update na no pay our sports bite so no was sana Germany be discuss because so be stay and ko kan pay enra Wontumi scanning no and as Wontumi internet about some manager anka yenche said Derek Ray and some other some no atuja
next season. For me, Xavi Alonso will probably be the Real Madrid coach next season. I can understand, though, why he doesn't want to say anything about it. Why should he? He's right. Last season was different. He had two very big clubs in Liverpool and Bayern courting him because they needed managers or head coaches at the time. And this season is different. It's all shrouded in a bit of mystery, publicly anyway. I think that he really does want to be the Real Madrid coach. Why would he not want to be the Real Madrid coach when you consider where he's from? At the same time, we can speculate, and I would be surprised if he decides that another season for him in Leverkusen is in order. And I say that because I think there will be a big summer of change coming up. I think a lot of players will leave. I think maybe the culture at the club could change a little bit, and perhaps the only way is down. So he doesn't need to say anything about it, but I am, as I said, where I was a few weeks ago, probably Real Madrid, even though we don't know, and Sid would certainly know better than I, we don't know publicly what's going to happen with Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. For me, Xavi Alonso will probably be the Real Madrid coach next season. I can understand, though, why he doesn't want to say anything about it. Why should he? He's right. Last season was different. He had two very big...
I'm also be crossing one of the voice. I will feel for the mass of my Jumano and so I can Arcadian Natchez I'm Sancelotti, Akoya, Xavi Alonso, and because Liverpool and more now, Abasuamo Kosebia, Jeremy from Bonum, and Chesaya, Jessa, Jonathan Tanum, and a boy Sakanino, Mona Sobako, chances and Grona say, and some Grona Sasuna Tiano, Merinchamo Amonano Pesa, Omono, Inigo Martinez, I have 5 days as some. Now, and Bassa for say, Woman Crown Del Sasuna for Kanayomo, Onumsa, Woman Crown Summer reporter, I have Barcelona, and Yama Ebia FIFA Crano, Woman San J almost stands endi adaya womu se bi ko mu kwena mfana womu until an area 1 o'clock I was Spain some make omu intentions ne clear ni o se bi I need go no womu ye protest at the tiano so anu kwan se nan kan no obobie adaya se national team efro am so ko basketball mu asamra ne ye adwuma se bia Lakers na se bia Milwaukee Bucks na Giannis Antetokounmpo ne ho ye na be ka so ne ho shadan ton na omutumi twa so ahanti untimi ma feki also coach bo ma main girl so player no on timi mo adebeti no ginam NBA do matwa so sesia na ebini na no fu se bia Barca for ne because boy ni nya call up our national team ano mo ka se wo pra wa mo bi ana no mo de boy na me catch one pay say Barca for say 11 days the last time wo mo se federation required announcement by announcement na ba say boy na fa say Inigo Martinez on timi mo ball and must Spain omu China no na 17th of March and then they say 28th it's 11 days I see na da kasa enduru 5 days masa muni assembly aka mon kopa mo ba bintina a chese no kakra firmo and some not aba sansam nyina no ye de for boss coach no we say one more opportunity, sir. One more better me aje titles. Some years saying na. Namom or some of fan of Makoma Konaso nay. Afraid the American say mobile fighter for all title diarists. Not to say titles are only na no. Most some of us some no fight here. Na ajoba ko agana say Jules Kunde. Shout out for an interview in Mamika. Krabina Fay. Young Kwan I just in the post and some our ex and be a come. Na ya kana say Twitter. When say Kunde ni Edro omuye game no what to be man empire for a campaign way I Jurgen Klopp and a Pep Guardiola and started years ago so said na musi ya calendar bedur baby players be bro one be pro mo kamu fi muntie ye tumu fo muntie mo yo waya no sikana wom na sana boys yampa no mu prepra na Jules Kunde anwa so said omusi aya schedule no ye na odiri pass amwakwa because ye international break Wednesday and Yawada, what's a Bassa ball? What's a Bassa? I won't show respect. I'm respect. I'm a place na Sabi. Woman, Omunya Tuao, Omunya robot. Sabi had a battery shop, now kita remote. Now Miana no Massa, Omunya Nipa. And Munya, but from na Munya Maye. We ya pena interview no. Sadwag Mammy Post tonight. Woko X in a swa. Wouldn't say on one Casa Sankoi. And I'm a Sanko to a tea and I saw repost here. And what tag day. I just Spanish Football Federation and was some tag gay Yavia Barcelona La Liga one more president in 20 dozen a interview say man tia was some tag him because who W Yavia Barcelona what the X no so how could I blow I you know I became almost so much was what retire yeah guy no masa we na san target federation na target La Liga president our ex no so no enti eno so no na on scheduling asoma ye kan said ye city said ye si kwani nyina no afi mame owe fan sa Hans Flick on aye said ye club world championship no because ye season na musa se 14 June eko 13 July na just a 1 month plus say kwa ball what's a Barca mo akra e bia nya Barca o Barca nka ebia dada teams aka nyina na Barca na ya na ha dwempa yenti Hans Flick e wa brother ni sam no ensom area tudwa.
To listen to the players, this is the important thing, and also I think to the coaches. I think in summer there is the FIFA World Cup for the clubs. It's tough. You know, we have the Nations League, you have the international break, and the best players are playing there, but they also play 4 weeks more. It's really tough. I don't think that's a good thing. This World Cup. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. I think okay, you can earn a lot of money, but for the players, it's not good. I think we have to stop and think about and think about the players, because for the fans you want that every player gives 100%, you know, and I think also the fans who like to see a spectacle like always, and I think when it goes on like this way, I think it's not this level. This is not. We cannot play on this level. Not only we. I think also the other teams who now play the World Cup. I think you have to listen to the players. This is the important
from
thing.
Ansani to the free. I bounce and many Janan and say something in a moment, sir. What can say Daniel Alves having a problem from last year? I will feed them now. You tied the bomber breaking news somehow. Update Tomo Coco Tab and the wife of Faso and it has a Birmingham Bassa and later. Wabanu so say Wukranya, Wukunano no support to Birmingham. I'm saying we are singing in a man and just Alves said, yeah, what are some and your support. A free wifi now what can say me be a story if that say Alves Eco Club Emma lady young girl in international warfare pa Emma girl be can say ai na club no Alves adna ni ya ne say and what catch us on share washroom na ono so share no na one ne sana say wo mia sabi no to kakra na o share no washroom aye ne na chesam o account ya butuo o so Ghana so catch us on kuturum no so and what tana sum sa kutuo no na chese won na wiye simple kra ema ye be court and then unya kwadam wotena ya court na tu be na chese emu odempa Alves so court original da say no say wo kra no ye we wo shimo kwa no wa biam zip no yade yi enso ade ato no mu fe ho ba me samasa me na masensini ti ba no say na me mom na ma force wa sexually ma so to eti later na ganu say ono and e for say Dani Alves o scanin tina wom abaso mo twena boso na chess Alves ama me the Bible e koti eko eba na obayi esem oni Alves jai later na obanum asaba ba supporting kunu and late testament say can say yes court a chess anum our Catalonia wom the abas Alves aya acquitted onya boni bia onya he de Ghana kan no say aye ntroma sa ade ba akukitwa we answer abetiti mo fa ho ade na wa bramu pa yes court of aye Catalonia wom ade abas sia say Alves enya boni bia anya no kra sexual assault albano and some na to no so say ai ana ono no club no mo kwasha washroom ana den fine kwasi hini adene nyina no wom say na tutwa sa bama anifo enti asatini free our brand me no ka say wom say uniam so aye free mana ya the update so do ba no and some aye Justin and the sansam nyina no and some na dem afai yen some kwa se flake ade no so bi mai Sharak man of the match award da Pedri ejene enra akwadano mi adabia me kasa Lamine ne omo makara frenya mo ya adwuma fine omo ya mo Star Boys but debia no be wie game no wey on she go on assist but no man of the match me bisa wa wo ya Barca fan say Umetimi akan man of the match awards dodoa boy when agene this season in all competitions abekai onkai na eba na Champions League awoje eba na La Liga awoje ene aduma me kai say Newton eba some months ago be ka say wo fu say boy we open the best number 8 am say the position are the best we wiase be ha Real Madrid supporters some part wo mu tituni ane hu nyina so he na bona Valverde ne aye Jude aba no be so twa say wonim prior Juma Ball Daswa, Wobon Enwa, new coach and Father Flake, essay. Aquadano, we are the best midfielder, and Nia Yakasane, and Nia Yakase, coach and say. Pedri, I had the best midfielder. We are say, what are you into? I have Barca coach no Bruno, a defender and some brand new to Sabbath. Why vindicated though? Yintia, I had yes, coach, your fan of Flick, our Bruno, and some other sense of my tutor, and your fan of Quadano.
I say always before a lot of times, Pedri is really in a great. I had a great moment. So also the team has it, but it's like there's to have him on the pitch, and today also the midfield was fantastic. I think with the ball we played really good. It's really nice to see this. From the bench or when I stand out of the pitch, and then Pedri is with the ball unbelievable. So he's really unbelievable. For me, I said it before, he's the best at the moment in the world for me, and he shows it every game.
And I'll test manager Fanasa Flick. I don't know. And then in some to Jana Chesa Kodana Masa. Bono done and nan out to Misa Kodadi boy Digrano. And a cast for the boy Digro Masa. When we are Juma Buta to manage and a Bonacuna hot cake. Hey, Antoine Semenyo to my you say some Debiana Baniadia. Now Antoine Semenyo. Justin Kluivert, Afei Den Heisen, Anna Chesa Okai Milos Kekes. Aha, Sam Kodani Minano, Omo Edema Bournemouth na. Deminyan say, Mete, say, yes, say, Bournemouth wanna say, Wontumi ton ebia. More than 2 players. Some Kodana Mujitum San Omo Jumbo Eswa, you know, Wontumi ton more than 2 every club anymore. And Ebia so met me atoa, Ebia Den Heisen kwa, Milos Kekes, Entimin ko, Ebia Antoine Semenyo kwa, Den Heisen, Entimin continue. Amani man, Ababe difficult, Adiamatimno, but said that Debia make us a Debia was as Subiano, and some on the bro a Debia, and some on the price, and I'm no casino, Metesa, yes, it's Chelsea Fono, woman at Den Heisen, Omo Papa. Woman ya down Kodana pa because our Premier League anymore. No one saw beside Chelsea and Real Madrid and a Kakopre Kalahua. Who are when I tam Kalanako and to say you didn't Heisen and some Ayakalas say Real Madrid ever so funny can be also at Chelsea and so Muna or Mope Sana Dina Kakwe. Am I your day update now some Abana Liverpool Timino. I said Milos Kekes. I will be more pen say on the man Aquilana fans of Robertson competition. Carcass anyway, one who's in Bonnie Pio Ben Crusoe Pana. Report to me and say, Aberdeen, I'm a Liverpool person for Penny. Woman swam calling now, Liverpool, free summer transfer into no. I'm saying, and you're yes, pensive. I'm a Liverpool because I'm not that call. Now, replacement tell you about team now. Walk up company player, and I wear, sir, Woony Pano or Cock, and tell you, oh, Banachas or who are bad. What is Sue? I just for a Liverpool Bobo Kappa. Now, they imagine, sir, Ebia Salah, and also Van Dyke, or Mumino, and some so and so call. Now, I know that you're not carrying them in second. Real Madrid for Gusu exchange. I get document to be any idea. So much we are. One more Liverpool, Konaman, yes, sir. More, yeah, really, I say you to the can say, be a brand of Basona Codano and some other bar. As I said, Darwin in years, and Sudiano, one more some I can say, be a Saudi Bueno, and that yes, our questions, sir. What on Nunez, our Shuropa, Sikawa Perunia, Namum so much to meet on Darwin in years, and so called Saudia, Sikabi or Mobasomo Sakambiano, woman sounds some about me, I can know. Aya Juma Mosuba Somo ya say medical beka Jeremy from Paul and some Adiano the Atroda Jaminian Nano Pensa from Paul on coach nobody commander da Mabeka Cho say somewhere best last to come crowd baby no and as I come last month in Comodie I will form so a buy many Jana catch up by say a DB also ya bia do no akwadana babiano one some abaya dana benuntina ya di kan ya baba to them say Jeremy from Paul and some Liverpool no and so be so papa ɔyɛ automatic starter our right back Liverpool so feeling be said no impo ɛyɛ better replacement ɛde ama akɔda na ɛfa no sɛ Arnold ɛno ɛde from aso de ba afei mame ɛwura ɛfa no sɛ Gary Neville na sɛ Arnold ɛkɔ na for now the himself be a seller and Van Dijk ɛbɛtumi yɛ stay but am I confirmed now Gary Neville was say Liverpool yahwɛ han maybe Arnold ukoi Van Dijk and some other chance Salah kodia and tutuo na chance enya kura because ebeye hu eba sa oba boka a million pounds asam and ye ka ansana what me replace Salah what me replace Van Dijk now say the aye Arnold diano and some other so yentie Gary Neville.
At the end of the season, it will leave Liverpool with a huge hole if those three players leave the club on a free, right? Because they won't have the money that they would get from to be able to replace them. And those, I reckon, there's probably minimum. There's probably £250 million worth of talent in those three to replace. You're talking about the best striker in Europe. You're talking about the best centre half in Europe, and you're talking about probably one of the best.
Surely they'd have players lined up.
No, but my point is though, Roy, I'm just saying, even for Liverpool, as good as they've been with recruitment, that is £250 million of hole with those three players. Liverpool. Now, obviously they've been good in recruitment, so they could replace them, but that is a hell of a thing for Arne Slot to have to deal with. They're going to have a great time in the next few months, but there will be a thing of what we're going to do with these three. Coming on to it, at the end of the season, it will leave Liverpool with a huge hole if those three players leave the club on a free, right? Because they won't have the money that they would get from to be able to replace them, and those.
Gonzalo Inacio Macana Samacho Ball and some other sports and Okaya. One more many Janidi can buy now Omudi and Santino, but when so count and the price in the now so I somewhere 60 million Metesa 45 million qua Abia Sport for Batias Yama Quadano, other joining Bobo Fantasy United and some update to Eba Fay, German said Canning in answer, Bia, not just a Christian Emerson quantity or the call, but Metesa Bimutisa Casimiro. Sikaba omubeton but say transfer market ni bia woman ntimi njomo kwase chinchile atwan woman ko Messi Mountonum and Kobe Manu ni Alejandro Garnacho woman nyina no ensom aka aye sa squad no unya obepamono but se sikabi amanso dia man uni hwe ye dan se bia sa boys no ensom ebeste Chelsea for make chom so say by June also mo wi omo transfers onum say yes omo guso ya adwumaden omo din komo pa and say what say bia sa 2+ no aye su goni Giovanni Quenda omo wi a yes adwuma mo say behind the scenes woman obeso mo wi ansa transfer market no cross when you be mama eye Brazil ya kwara na fan Andre Santos ono eye play amateurs no mo bo at Strasbourg omo team back so no na Andre Santos an was say and the footballers couple will be in your sketch as a bosom saw any by appanatus oh the idea of us what the unya sit down I then to assassa nina by boy ni say and on one casano wafa on one personal nutritionist our channel said na ubedi way uni way dabi manum way wafa ne chef on so na nwa nuano no on physio on a physical trainer no yes any man aboa ne palm and the game no adru sro enu ntina Chelsea aso mu njane ne enjane wotena na this season wabaka Chelsea squad no na Andrew Santos say Wokotiago Silva FA time and Silva Awono was so close if you or shocking you because Obia no one num come alcohol 40 years now I said Tiago Silva invested our chess and ni pedremu any physique chess and the demo a shocking no Nankobianka wo baba retired here send you can one say one Pakis Kakobat Shadrack mama you money be chess Silva did that them ya baby crash story amount pay Tiago Silva will be and some in fear. I will I am here can say hyperbaric box. I just a one I'm a recovery. I come no because a players who don't say about Toby. Ebi a name and num and you mess more or the one who pictures him none in my SM no shop or the year recovery near day. Was in that Tiago Silva University at dinner. Your fan son hyperbaric I have box Libya. One word the recovery was will be on 40 years and pony and your family were quencha was here num and a one and you man so come Edman and no Man City when we training Ebasom na make say yes pep akacho boys ne say we are finish hard baby also mu tia so accelerator no also mu accelerate the season an koye wo mu ntimi nji premier league ni ade kwa na also mu ntimi nya baby a position no enso mba kama stone no yes come to branya say we be so extend the contract no enso ade maboboku a ye fa no Man City on sia be kasa Andra Beta whenever be ya juma Arsenal me no kasa say wa sign contract no crowd that diaka e ya announcement be amigusu ameka say crowd no announcement be tinya ba Andra Beta no enso ba no enso kakre from aso ye ba sansem no nyina no ye de ema ye tifo enano pay enso awo shoro so ya bra no koyina so na fe ye fasinya sari anka stores ndi e monomom wunim say ya Memphis Depay no wa bro for the first time in 6 years Corinthians ajomo first title na meka try no person we no ayo Polestar champions omo na ba be yes bonus I
had a great moment, so also the team has it, and but it's like this to have him on the pitch, and today also the midfield was fantastic. I think with the ball we played really good. It's really nice to see this.
Nyame adom na so e
obadi adom
so ho ye de
nyame adom kakra
we say ball na esisi be ball na esisi na me say bet we coat no metare mu den me say I ready enra ba nya hwe but this weekend is going to be a long weekend but enjoyable but no as I board ka wo e page series we are ka me sure say bia minu ekra no ka hwe no dwumadie ne la bia also be share more take one ajuno wama.
Okay.
So also could be share me take one ajuno wama.
Well, new now we
Alajula is so gidi no.
I don't know fence so mum.
Me ya kodu fi am ya kwadro mimpie
wo mummy nkomai course no meba be sisi so ama musisi e ma real quick na mo so ma fa na afi mo dey check mo how far no yes only 200 also be crack kan ho well 200 also ma sisi so ma musisi e na new and take over well 200 also no 19 AE FA 25 19 AE FA 25 wow new
yo stories be bra pa na me to me boase na I think say PhD story away no me interest o ka say we cross why yes mathematics no me interest pa I also have interest in Osasuna against Barcelona that game so Pedri dan yomo injuries ne me say interest
una because Pedri the best midfielder na no mutiti when
yeah mu gwa me social media too much man chama me ketu o de atoso
me kan man of the match awards for this season Pedri aje
yeah okay Iniesta Iniesta is the only player Champions League World Cup and Euros final man of the match best player World Cup final Champions League final Euros final your final baby naka but how many goals does Iniesta score in a game how consistent how rampant and then Iniesta go in the game but the other game I'll be back to that. I also have interest in and slots the issues at Liverpool na Osaje for so chiao Osaje for Anaman or a manager so chiao Osaje for no there or a player manager
okay how come manager then as a bank manager be no okay player
but we know what bank manager what's a bank manager for is getting no ho ya no mafunu mu suit nti no o hwa me kan me ba bank wa mu nile me
ere ka so wan kan ye
me ba fa mu nile me ya ko games ni mo na PSG eje o share Saint-Etienne na Monaco any next game no about draw na Marseille lose to Reims PSG winners of Ligue 1 and wow opani yes
so bet me agent in terms of concentrate on
Champions League March 29th e hona ya o story no yes March 29th you try oh okay
how results no bad there or a champion our back can 7 games for
what we say yaw Nkomo no nice it will be the first Ligue 1 title if I'm right for Luis Enrique. Not just what they call La Liga now or Gema Barcelona now. But winning the Ligue 1 is it the ultimate aim of PSG? No, I'm joining the it's not me person confirm. Yeah. So Obejin the second title. But yeah, this conversation goes way beyond winning the domestic league. It goes way beyond winning the domestic league. So Saint-Étienne they'll win it. But that's not the main job. The main job is also dominating over Marseille. Disrupting clubs like Brestois, Monet, Lille, Monet, Strasbourg. These clubs in there were real winner. Olympic Lyon and Champions League with me Bournemouth Real Madrid now. Oko France currently omunyina sell to PSG. So yeah, domestic dominance no na ope. It goes way beyond enkomeya yedi nyina. But ya na metaka say ubetimi anya sika wo wiase nyina. But the plan to execute, allow that money to function no. Yeah, no naka. So PSG for your major some boy Europe. What idea? Omani Man City you know the buy. Man City went in for Pep and Chiki, Monet, Soriano, Monet, those guys you know like a key group no do you know buy. But PSG buy no. Omani imagine say oh yeah what is Real Madrid? What's the Madrid to talk to Akase for? Madrid need time on farm craft and will develop it. Either why you ready now about. I'll bring you home and be bracing now about and say. I mean you heard Ancelotti. So PSG brought in Icardi, Ibrahimovic, Cavani. Look, the bought players are almost the bought superstars without a core plan to put these guys as a strong team. Pastore, Di Maria, Mbappe. At some point, I was confused. So okay, yeah, first star power and San Fran. No matter si name and Messi mo so line so. Once I was Madrid the whole. Yeah. I want Madrid Tony jerseys no. Now for PSG for so person say fast akwan so. So they were a bit confused. Different managers. Me person Shadrack my managers at PSG afa. The most brightest isn't Luis Enrique. The Oya top of the top and Ancelotti has been there. Watch. Yeah. From 2009 December August to December to 2011 no. I started with Antoine Kamburi. From that moment, you know, Ancelotti, Laurent Blanc, their former defender, Unai Emery, Thomas Tuchel, Mauricio Pochettino, Christophe Galtier, these guys in our call before Luis Enrique because but yow, me pick Carlo Ancelotti, me don't know stay Luis Enrique top as coaches on my call. Thomas Tuchel, they make me funny share Enrique and money. But I'll be talking about Carlo Ancelotti. But none of these coaches anything implemented or more ideas are necessary we implement to Marseille, even with a bigger market share, a bigger budget. They tried chasing sources. The highest point was the final of the Champions League. PSG for no. I'm change your mind. I feel superstar by you. Who almost signing and say I'm talk to Kranoa and falling in the bracket of players and not a bar like the Marquinhos, more standard, the star power no and falling in. But in terms of ideologies, methodologies. Look at Luis Enrique Juma they at PSG for. The last player probably Marquis signing should be Gonzalo Ramos. That 80 million euros, you know. But PSG, they have changed. This manager has implemented a style of player. Even number 9, my brother Ibrahimovic, Cavani, Icardi, Ebini team benching Ramos, even a center forward, no. Making sure say Abaka Kotovara Salia Dinaba. Ousmane Dembele or Honmodada, Bakola, or man a key membership role in the starting 11. The midfield not comprising of everything. PSG are knocking to be European champions. So yeah, Saint-Étienne bebo draw, so be ye day, so be that's not the conversation. The Champions League. The Champions League, you know, where are more in tell me enough rest. No more face. Look, Champions League, you know, buying that sumu, Barca that sumu. These two clubs, in my opinion, but Inter become home for some reasons. Inter buying Barca. These are clubs. Oh, Madrid has room. Maybe I'm the one for opening me ref for no. Maybe I'm for one camp because I'm on level no, Rabbi. Yes, 4 okay. And the clubs a bit me happy. Okay. Barca Inter buying Madrid 4 a bit me happy. Other than that, they'll be champions. Away from that, and Osasuna lose to Barcelona 3-0. The game, no dear, I knew say Barca win. I can't have say Barca win, but the game itself, the changes, depth of Barca squad. No, Juma Hansi Flick here. You can't. Template, you know how that template, you know how that. Is that a style of player? Barca a ball and Pep Guardiola and San and Slot Eba. Sorry, Hansi Flick Eba. It has changed. He's still playing the identical style of play. Barca for him say, yeah, quick transition, go near Fife. In our style of play, so opponent in Mumrai, so now or committing whole space. We try to dominate on the ball, incisive passing triangles, and Sanya drew opponent in half. And Andy Slot, sorry, Hansi Flick is doing some fantastic job for Barcelona. Even in Rausha, or bench 2 starting central defenders in Kubasi and Arohu. As well as Lewandowski. This is death, but Mera Hokakra. Ya Mera Hokakra. I did deep footballers in Yawu, we are saying injuries and Yama. So what is our Baji Buesika, or Bakwaji and Riz Sika, or Bakwaji Adebayo Sika, or Bakwaji Johan Sika, and your man have footballers injuries. Danny Omo, what is happening to the boy? What is happening to Danny Omo?
And also, I say, I don't know Moyama Pedri, no. I say somewhere last year, baby, last year, I say almost a fan a blood sample. Since almost yes, I will be man. Oh, that lab or more year was US or no. So I say for the past 1 year in Pedri in prior. And come 1 year.
Yes, it's been very consistent.
We are training. I was say Yamawo Pedri no oh yeah. Ebia unyani dimni ni omebi because all real you may see even a Barca or Kobobo Bolivia. Mon fan chabene bi a wo fe mo je fini hene mo ba okohun nutritionist e wo Italy that time. So we mo dia no na so mo je Pedro blood sample me unti bia training na yakona ya mema to say bia bench e bia obeko 25 kg a obi akọ 25 wade bia body be 30 na ama system no e mo iden. That is why when you results, so the next person you Omo na de ni nyama
yeah Pedri nya results but Omo benya results Omo ni injury history no eye bibi kakra o de ma Omo de Shadrack Mwai wo screen so o hwe ne injuries the body angles na injury ne toto no a ne shoulder ne knee ne calf ne thigh. Danny Omo injury history from 2021 to 2025 season ya say and the TV ne so no muscle injury, strain, muscle injury, muscular problems, acromioclavicular joint dislocation, knee injury, torn muscle fiber, inner knee ligament tear, cold, coronavirus, torn muscle fiber, where you keeping 18, 25, 20 days, 19 days. I mean, injuries in the take. Now watch what is on your screen. Daniel Mowo injury on the knee. Or injury 192 or injury 193 ni 95 na da TV no so no or injury sa one hip o kone nsa benkum no a ne shoulder ho no osaso e wo injury e wo ne shoulder ho enti da ne wo hefa na aka
18 so head injury na me
catch acromioclavicular no e no ne injury e to na bati no soro na bati no ne shoulder na soro when so do shoulder no e ho na connect body eyi o ye kikiki bi eyi etu koto dwe yi o shoulder so yi o thigh so yi o hip so yi. It means Danny can come back for 3 games no asako ni koto dwe ne de ne ko no aba 4 games na ni shoulder ne de ne ko. He has the quality to reach the top. He has the profile to reach the top. Otimi lead as a number 9 otimi drop behind the striker as a second striker or Bob Nkumbo ni fan me kroma me dey compare only players as Saka Dauda. Who is a winger, who is a number 9. The Biamitri who Saka Sana Mfeno. Danny Omo is a quality player, but injuries. Who injuries in this year? Namakai Jack Oshe. Namakai Thomas Rosiski of Arsenal. Players who quality in them, but who also who's an injury and you fluke. This is science.
Abu Dhabi,
Gareth Bale. Injury Jack Oshe. I mean, this long list of players. Danny Omo is being taken away by injuries. Very, very pathetic. We are sure so go through Pedri process and we have back stronger.
Because now Pedri is so similar. Pedri is so crabby. Almost what my Gavi there, Amano. So Me very sure say or go through some process in there. Say the Negavian a Pedri and results are yeah, because almost a year. Yes, a Pedri prayer.
Look, I know the kind of manage my player, but Danny Diana doesn't give hope. Or a man crunch.
You understand the results, Beba.
Yeah, my next story no, and it's slot. You can say you so lack and fan cancer is the most luckiest coach in the last 5 years. Yeah, we wait to make Zidane Juma Bebe Fire or Madrid squad will be nya you be tomu. Wait me so I can Pep Guardiola and Yakupon the Messi chair no. Do you think all coaches in the blessing of having Messi? Messi comes once in about 50 years. Me obi an old team because I call boy a sort him. I am saying say Messi comes in once probably in 50 years.
So when you be a or to say you Messi says what? Is it be a 50 years?
Just a call. It says Argentina did World Cup. Messi that year na na Messi. After it says Tambena Argentina did World Cup be
2022 year.
It says to 2022 how many years? So Messi mo dey no a check and san wo hu baako. Nti Yakobo de baako chewa. You are blessed. You are blessed to have such a player. Now and it's not squad of Babe Tomu no. When you lucky papa. And it's not when you lucky papa. You see, at the time Nana Klopp Okono, Liverpool squad no share on paper, no very beautiful. What you say on paper no share Klopp or Jawa Kono, they very beautiful. Beautiful. They say Konati Van Dijk ni. Omani muno squad ne wono. Trent da so Robertson da so hono. Actually McAllister Babeshim. Smooth adwuma ko. Cody Gakpo in the final third, Jota, Luis Diaz. They also had Obitse Salah or Yejumano. So on paper nefe. But mentally they had achieved. New manager ba eden sem a ede ababeshisho butrim amawa re-energize squad no. But yo. One wadi na ekoso no. Me catch no. Liverpool squad na omo dominate ye no.
Yes.
AC. Omoji league we are and slot onya na se de onya na fibio. One say na Gary Neville kasano se Van Dijk we beko. Now Liverpool squad na say Henderson no mfinfi obi or he for okọ but you now do moko. Fabinho mfinfi obi okọ. Thiago Alcantara be supplement okọ. Where is the squad? Mfinfi ona collapse. Entirety obi na okabiem. Akama Calesta Gravenberch. And when the 150, there's another player 150, Liverpool 150. McAllister Gravenberch there and a Szoboszlai. Freeway, none of them are under Klopp Honma or a dominant squad no.
Okay.
No transition number. And I can Trent and Robertson and a rumor swarm when Robert Trent then the woman who say or call you cry sir. Robertson will go one car. They will find a competitor for him because on to me mad the same standard or buy no a year you know. So Van Dijk call. Alisson Becker call, Trent call, Robertson call. Where is the core of the team? Make for them, they can't catch where we. Firmino di kan, Mane di kan, Salah netis obekoi. Now the key job for any slot. Now, apart from your manager who implemented or tactics or systems as a coach, one major angle of coaching a woko market akuto player the naba. Woko market a major. It has to reflect the kind of idea you have. Player na okotona enti to be a worship player be say player we dey wey na nya no a coach we na kenya asomasia because every coach every player they sync and they form a very good team enti player be out to because we dey want to money pasomasi we dey ka we na nya no akobaye ni sei any slot after all the coach ma replace Virgil van Dijk Trent Robertson Salah after we coach
that is if so mokwa
yes come on, if in the mini these guys go. Every squad let me take you over. Antonio Conte's Chelsea was dismantled. Rafa Benitez's Liverpool was dismantled. Klopp by no me Isa Komone, Lucas Biglane, Lucas Livermore and Frimu, Karagamo. Omuna Bubayan Sana, Klopp over. Every squad you dominate for some time and it will be broken down at some point. Chelsea under Jose, Chelsea under Carlo Ancelotti, Chelsea every single system be our bet Shishibiano at some point will be broken down. Yo, Liverpool there. The last piece of silverware Monsekano probably will be the EPL. But after this EPL, a faina and it's floated Jumanan Kasan Ashasi. Now me Okoto Kiesa buy no. And the man who's a quarry, you need Jomo Konobe who. But Diego Pa. Many Sakachi. What's about another players in Liverpool panel?
Milos Kekes.
Obediagutu. Klopp share Juma from market or Dortmund. Rene dominate here. Breaking the barrier of buying. Free ho. Liverpool with on one market acquisition. And dominate associate Juma Hoko. This is coaching. What about to be the ODD? As a sort of told you, Zidane be from Madrid at the end of the day, you know. I'm for about to told you, Zidane akoye say. Because squad na Zidane be fine of a Jose and Ancelotti squad. Now, what be found the end to talk, she. Nefa GB. Zidane is waiting. The next job for any slot, a market replace these guys and sustain Liverpool at where they were before you came.
Hey, Oma dia hu. Whoa. New mate me that say my member Meza.
Yes, fancy. Me kai say 2 years ago ana many ojam and then a wife and they abuni some people you call Kumasi Central Prisons. Na me kanchia commander wo ho and then penyufo and wana wo ho nyina na Abra omo ye na say normally during Christmas they do something like omo biemu ma wa talent bia na no abehye ti we sa we ye drama, like the inmates were very happy until there was a certain guy we met during that time. Ye na ni komo oya koda kra o university na mi so be level 300 na phone lely o end up e prison. Na the story ni nyina ye say na ohia school fees akotwa na fees. Ohia ska akotwa na school fees. Na waboni parents abo scan fee emu so eden. Na oho na ne wo fa ba ko bi ka kire ne say ombesin ko gya no wo baabi no monko ya de. No we say no wo fa no sabi or the two ni se kan si amanfo so giska. He didn't know. Honestly, why desperate to get the money to pay the fees because wanya ne sa enyo wa be ha no. Or the nesa omuko we no omuko pie su na ekoye yi no anya successful. Ani eche o. Na akura ne da so dem. Ni nyina aka kosi esan.
Yes.
Ene hu asotwe. Ene hu popoye eto de bia de ba. Ade ba ko a ehu wiase pa ye so bi betwa ntorato so. Ye yi ntwato so fi won ma ade ba ko atem bia no upia bonte wo so bompa etia. Say a sign. Yamini free so. She Daniel Alves, me sure say okohonum say or bad intention be so kwaku you bibi. I'm not sure. Because it is a night club onona kwa ye nije na obi e kwa akoje. Ana apai. Apai no ya bai wani na kura. What should said the okay so we ya tafro wa ye nyoma bobo
no kokoto ma random
one year story ni na ba be sisabre tina kai no na me de so pass wo kai because o tie nsem ekọ mu a ase Daniel Alves so nipa bonefo de ye hu bi owi ase da
yeah
hwe ade a abrante ya bre woni wi ase free suru besi fom nyina one place fancy country no say nkama me nko aisa akoda yi de o se da bi ka wo say nkama tina fi na me ka se da we de me ofane frɛ me ne kra na ni kwan se me ne me ofane ko otimi ko ba bi na asem bi ato no obu say na me kra me be ye de wa hama so den dodo because one fancy we don't control some of our thinking and our emotions at some point.
Yes
bibitimi yo riedo ko it will say empire see any sign through so now say bomb say rade ma onyansa nimdie ene ntiase then yes sir baby a wo kono wa hunu susuye no hu pupuye da wani ma asem betimi ato obi se meko ha ya ba fancy to de bia on tiase but that is the reality of life. She say en confirm na ni nyina no almost so makọ video footages ne nyoma na age on e ka no. As a girl, no, they are all describing the attitude of Dani Alves towards Ono Obano. Almost a video now, any assembly again, they can.
Now, onim the Nipabaya Alves, Debbie. So, the number 4 man or no more club, no. Okaje say unim nipa no.
Me the story no. Fi that dem nyina da so kai.
Yeah. So ho na man na me kokot.
And me kokot.
Who say ho no sa sexual assault ade na bi si a entwam aha kra na entwam
da bi. So ya brante na si so a me two for aka che say oba ne ba ho no beda 2 days afa krata to o man nsan.
Say
man fa consent ne ma me say see aba be ko weekend atesem holiday ni twem ko si Tuesday so aba weekend we ya abrante for people ne to honom trogu so man 10 commandment no waje atum me so ha waje atum oso me so me ha me fe wa no waje atum because kana waje wodi aba no obi aman o moka ene scan man nye all this scan na wo shemra na to maami yi weekend we me mia ha me so ha ono so se metafro ba bi me pia ha me sraw na krata no bi asan no ono na receive payment also be ensure services no you run it no be at the baby what trigger release clause no ono so de wo de be ma no be asoma do na paper ne da ho anasa asemba na Monday Tuesday bi fancy ana ya obo ba no nsore hwe obabu won mo ba fi otimi da obo no nyane da na yam jukum obo otimi ta doche na yam so obo onye so afi last one be now for akuma atoyem. So these are things we need to be very careful in life about, and I'm happy say fancy Daniel Alves apẹ kwan bi ananyame atimi apẹ kwan bi so atwitwaje ne kakra, but all things being equal, the reputation no no fancy.
I say by this time we
are in a certain world where so be the try to sort of, especially for mobile so you want to be ni abo minim ni agina yes bema we onhwene ma bema we onyese ba ubekum deep no eti yes bema wo hoyi oye din no ye acha 2 weeks 3 weeks 1 month no ayare yes wato unima de kudie ntia because ewiase na ye wo no it has been geared towards a certain kind of notion be that yetrim say the oba bia beka bia no ene no kore Benjamin Mendy Oko video ne pa na team say again wa be hu na dia Mendy
to date me won video ba ko cross.
What I say? Oh, so video no media share that.
Me delete no say. Me na say so do you call this sexual assault?
Sexual assault.
Do you call this rape?
Uba oba what tamu dia to wenu 1 minute. What done Mendy abo kuntrumu kwaje. Wa wi a was there be sexual assault. Nema ade atwitwaje ne pa na yesen ka camera mo ho a. Kanema so yeshe. Look at all this. The girl will not face any punishment. Now, this life is unfair. Iti bompaye say a sign musu infri wakwem. I'm happy for Daniel Alves. No interest on Hansi Flick as no kind. Said they are fighting on three fronts for the Champions League, the Copa del Rey, and the La Liga. Fancy, is this Barcelona team capable of winning the treble? In football, nothing is impossible. But realistically, who assess the Barcelona team we are? Do they have weaknesses? Yes. Do their strengths supersede their weaknesses? Yes. And almost strength to supersede your weaknesses. Is it enough to beat the rest of the teams in Europe to win the Champions League? Or beat the rest of the teams in La Liga to win the La Liga, and now set to beat Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid to the Copa del Rey final, to the trophy. I believe it's a team be on a turning point. In as much as every single team won the take off. No, you were part of the season. At BBC, I would to me so cast a derby trophy. I'm here to see that with Barcelona. In terms of 2 competitions, 1 the Champions League, 2 the Copa del Rey. For the league, I'm almost by 85% to 90% sure say I don't know Barcelona e call money no. E be din so bi betia Barcelona asese omo position no ne omo shebre no. By that 10% ni gina 2 games so. That 10% ni gina Real Madrid game omo ne omo return leg ne so. Any Atletico Madrid game omo ne Barcelona be dey e be in the league. the turning point ni baby a measure free Barcelona what to be convinced Copa del Rey no or metimi age e your more return leg against Atletico Madrid e wa Atletico Madrid home fancy yen nim say in the Champions League Atletico Madrid ye out in the league now the results no munya no it was not convincing Barcelona be done results ni share wo no amwa wo it now they will be eager say they will enter into the top 4 because almost share the pathway of Real Madrid and Barcelona now they have been consistent super consistent in the league. It already these two teams now quite fast so ni ebiem it e hona asem wo but omuntimi nko season way without a trophy it is our return leg no and e be kire Atletico Madrid will play the game with a different hunger. They will play different game crowd with a certain approach because last in the Champions League. Barcelona but the turning point might be who? You know, say Bayern Munich and Barcelona line so. Between the two of them, when Barcelona be share no wait me ashan the corner in makwakoje the treble. Fancy as me know what you say no. Me met me can say Barcelona against Bayern Munich, Barcelona against Inter Milan. Any match Abeka say Barcelona back show me no be ano they akwakoje the Champions League. No. Do they have the missiles, the guys to get the results for them? In 2009, the experience and what team no Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry bought Premier League for so many years. Through the Premier League, what is the individual accolades? Let's not forget that France 98, World Cup 2002. Thierry Henry won in the so experience and maturity. There is Lionel Messi, the superhuman. Of Fabona Uchano. Uchano Kurencha. There is Yaya Toure. There is Gerard Piqué. There is Xavi Hernandez, who was part of the team now Moji Champions League in 2006. Let's not forget. Messi was also part of the Barcelona team now Moji Champions League in 2006.
I mean, if say Barca still beating Atletico, doable.
There's still Copa del Rey. There's still some of these things. First, doable, but it's about the hunger and the taste for that particular trophy at that moment. Sure, you do stage B1 match. Atletico Madrid in the ball of you. It means how much? No, 50-50 because they say maybe Atletico Junior say no. Now they have nothing to lose in the league. They have nothing to lose in the no more Champions League. Nibi, almost spending 95 million euros to buy players. Sure. Barcelona might be in the form of their life, but different competitions, different approach, different mentality, different application of tactics and system.
A final stretch way there.
Final stretch in any assembly. Because in 2008, 2009, Omoje treble no. Can you compare this team to 2008, 2009? But Omoje treble. Yanko 2014, 2015.
As a opponent, so right. We must squad now as compared to current squad now. So check also opponent, no check the other opponent.
Opponent are almost in 2008, 2009 in La Liga, Barcelona lose 5 games. As currently a Yebo League, Barcelona lose 5 games already. In the Champions League, Barcelona lose 2 games. The turning point of South Barcelona time to win the Champions League was that semi-final game against Chelsea. Omubo goalless be Nou Camp. And a 1-1 war Stamford Bridge. And away goes. Eddie Barcelona call and Barcelona crush Man United by 2-0. In 2014-2015, share their road to also to the final. Muko Shia, Juventus in the final. Arturo Vidal, Paul Pogba, this guy Paulo Dybala. Now the quality and age no money no in the shape of Luis Suarez.
So La Liga no. Barcelona ofie. Ana Atiku Kosho mo 2-1. Ana return leg in the league. Ana Barca from 2 goals down. So Atisha 4-2.
What you say?
So in the Copa del Rey no. And our first leg will fear Barca ball 4-4.
What's about 4-4?
And our more quality
return leg. So between the two of them, no, this season, no munye se yentiti omuntembe brebe. Atikwashe obako league mo so ahye ne bako. Copa del Rey mo bobo draw. It mo bo 4th match. Mungamu. Mo bo the 4th match. Me amete yi ni de. Barcelona team we no. Oma build something a Hansi Flick and the different mentality abeshe team nim. Fancy, they can win the treble, but their chances of winning the treble, no, this is where I have a little doubt. they can, but the chances of winning the treble, no, because in the Champions League, fancy Paris Saint-Germain born or more bono, and yet better. And I'm stating in clear. Say, anytime a bubble final or minute and there's a new team awaji, there's Arsenal, there's Paris Saint-Germain. Or the no cotton chances who are where the teams now come na Inter Milan. Me by minute the debut me the coach in the tone change. Me me sure say Vincent Kompany obetima ha Hansi Flick baby. But that Inter Milan team no, as what they are boarding for no, omo hard pa. Then the Copa del Rey, there's Atletico de Madrid.
Mate, meza ameda.
See, thank you very much. Now, I am see a teams of money, money kese, money history to show up and then perform very well in a season. I am now born here and their stories and so can a much more interesting and draw interest from almost every population that follow game. No? Until there is a case of Valencia and Unai Emery. They were not winning titles, but they were playing delightful football. It was a Valencia team that had David Beer, David Silva, Juan Mata. Now, a modern morning fenabo no more bonus on FNT. A year the vultures they started circling and then they picked the best of them. City before David Silva. Eventually Chelsea before Juan Mata. Barcelona for David Beer. It is the punishment and also it is the cost that teams or money deem or pay for excellent seasons. The Americans are same way no. It did what they call Bournemouth any ball or mobile. Oh your story say Liverpool high Milos Kekesh. In the past week or days, why a story is consistently linking Dean Hyacinth with the move away from the club and There have also been other players who have been considered. Antoine Semenyo. The story is there for everybody to see. Roma Tima, Omoko Champions League semi-final 2017-2018. They lost one of their best players in Alisson Becker. Yebe two ne denekoi. Fiorentina with Mo Salah. Yebe two Salah denako. One Quadrado yebe two ne denako. If you follow that trend, Lazio and Sven-Goran Eriksson with very talented players from Argentina and they are able to omodi omako. We a team kitwa now ball humodia. What you pay, the price you pay for that, and they say after that season, which has been remarkable, you will likely lose most of your top performers. Bournemouth are having a very good season, and Andoni Raiola. They are 10th in the Premier League, but I'll check a point gap between Omo and the last European spot. Our Premier League ni more. Omo 44 or so. They are not done a show no way or 49, so 5 points. Anything can rapidly change in the Premier League after 2 matches or a match.
Ono coach in the class is that Tottenham Epeno.
I want to be in community. And the Bournemouth squad, so check here across board. They have averagely one of the youngest squads, not just in the Premier League, but across Europe. A more average age, 24.9. The oldest player, Mutim Nimsi saying, Kepa Arrizabalaga, 30 years. Very young. Denison is 19. Milos Keke is on D23 years. Semenyo, 25. Afenoko 26. Louis Cook, older, 28. But Brooks is young. A lot of their top performers are young players. Justin Kluivert is their top scorer this season, 13 in all competitions, 12 in the Premier League. He is getting to 26 years. May and Obenya 26. So players ne hete or mu peak and they do so a fair or more fractured. And I think the biggest loss for Bournemouth as a price for playing the best of football will be losing Andoni Raiola. Raiola, a coach, they brought on board indeed 3 seasons to cry right from Rayo Vallecano. He is a typical Basque boy, youth team. No any Ateta, Xabi Alonso, Mikel Alonso, mo, and a bo. The Basque region, they have one popular academy. Into only Ateta moa and then you know bono. He will play majority of his football at the elite level for Athletic Bilbao. Spain national team one born a dodosa. Then the coaching career, AK Airway, was Cyprus and far. Then Mirandas will usher him into the limelight again. Mirandas by Kano. then the big step he took was at Bournemouth. Clubs are mabodini inano. Clubs are, they will allow you time to settle and time for the manager to have his imprint on the team. At Spurs, it is hell. A hell was Spurs. There is total chaos, there is no identity, and the club are stuck in an uncertain period as to where do they go from here. Menya sure say coach bi or we and say you know, apart from the monetary offer and maybe the lure of the Premier League, Spurs project ne be enticing sir. Club nankasa bibi hano. It is a club Mourinho did not succeed. It is a club Antonio Conte did not succeed. It is a club whose last manager, Mauricio Pochettino, last manager of Omuye Bibia, Edimuno, Mauricio Pochettino. But even with that, he did not win. Maybe you would have to trace their last win. Then it will likely be under Harry Redknapp. I stand to be corrected. So Spurs team no, the phase they are in now, they have signed a lot of talented players, but clearly due to a lack of identity and then a lack of a sporting direction, yentimi fa yen say nsini pese Spurs your project a okomu a e good ma obe start here winning. It creates issues. And then 3, Andoni Raiola has not really gained the grounds yet. As I mentioned earlier, the tension, any the issues in the club, and many Wolves coach then, and they were one of Nottingham Forest. Nuno Espirito Santo. He had a fantastic season with Wolves. Or Europe. It was a total disaster. So, you know who? The case studies, there are plenty. And there's a fine young coach. The age is okay, but in his coaching career, he's still young. Going to Spurs will be a repeat of the beast once again devouring a victim. Spurs Bemenino. Or Bemenino. He's going to struggle. At Bournemouth, he has peace, he has patience, and he works in an atmosphere of tranquil. Bournemouth mean news in him say the biggest loss for Bournemouth will be to lose Iraola. But for Iraola, if he has to consider, the best decision will be to stay at Bournemouth and then work harder. Maybe the bigger teams will come calling.
Okay. So, my friend I met was Tottenham being bigger than Bournemouth, and I say in that order, but
Asumdrie, for your own peace of mind, the environment you operate in would also affect you as whether you were a good coach or otherwise. A crowd wako drumuno, okoye no hene ye twena se wo from. Afei na ko bisa se ekro na mujo. De bia munjo. Emujo anka hene no tena himfie. Din. Ba kroma na etwe ohene no, omo twena se wo from. The manager no won Postecoglou. Onsayo. He's a wonderful coach. From the City Football Group project, go and check his merits and achievements at Celtic.
Tottenham but
go to Celtic. Into the Raiola or Bournemouth, no, Sebi. No, it does not scare. Because when I hear more, and he played consistently in Europe. But Oba, Tottenham, no, Ameneno. Okay, or they are to Postecoglou touching Mourinho, Conte, you may know Wontumi or Muyasi. Mourinho won in Europe with AS Roma. Spurs project way now, they denied Mourinho a very fine opportunity to win a trophy with them. I brought a qualifier for the League Cup final. It is a very cacophony, a club, disturbed by noise. It has a cacophonous environment. It has a cacophonous environment. With your peace of mind. And send a Raiola Citiano. The system no a high risk, high reward. Ye lusu ball na ye preso ye piaba beje ball no. He won't go and dominate as Spurs. You know, there will be times they will be too good. There will be times they would also be so poor. Questions no. Yem bisane kesiye anaduduomu ɛwɔ Bournemouth by baby san to do mu ɛwɔ Spurs ontina Bournemouth ho the sen ko be bona pesi ni wedi adwodwo no ho
Man you be na se bia
Man you crash see crash dem onko onyendu city level na ntina say ontina Bournemouth no building ho Eddie Howe built himself and then eventually he got the opportunity for Newcastle. Sanity. Bournemouth will give you that time. Make mistakes, learn from them. They will sack Eddie Howe, but they give him ample time to build himself when he needs to build himself. Omo players and so. And can make the bear me fire Dean Hyson no playing for Liverpool.
But not Madrid.
Debbie. He's just a young boy. Madrid koi. Time was Spain, Madrid koi. The parents catch her and say he needs to go to Italy to learn the basic elements of defending. He needs to master. When the background, they are very interested. Dutch, Spanish, and then they always see Italian football in class with the Afra. So I play on him board, but again, he needs to build character. He has the height, ages on his side. Born ne bonus so oya there, but akadia ba ko so obe call Madrid na farmer wa a character, and he needs to play consistently to help his development. Me say call Liverpool now together with Van Dijk, Konate. He is in good company to learn and also play consistently. Again, you name Madrid future coach obeye juma wo whether say Alonso and Ancelotti net na. Ancelotti has showed an unbridled loyalty to players on your Maya Jumana to us. Ntina sense your mono, then so many be able. Apart from Nancy injuries, ne started TSC. In such uncertain circumstances, you don't make such a big move. Liverpool are in need of reinforcement. They will need to beef up their team. Van Dijk, I am confident he will stay. If this boy makes that step, there are a lot he will learn from Van Dijk than he will learn from Rudiger. No disrespect. But there, Van Dijk bet trouble free. Abro on any ball training. Abro there obey free Rudiger. He will need that. Again, he's Dutch. Van Dijk is Dutch. Again, coach Ben the Liverpool.
Just Obama Spain.
Yeah, he's Dutch. Now for yeah, he's Dutch. Nidina spending. Yeah. Coach or a Liverpool say, you know, a coach is what or you're notable for working with young talent and making them better. So Anna Slot working with this boy. So we talk for marathon kwemu. Coupled with that uncertainty around the next managerial appointment for Real Madrid, me feel say the next step he takes should be one that helps his growth, not one that places premium pressure on him. But character will need to be forged or built, and I think he will build that character at Liverpool better than he will at Madrid, considering circumstances prevailing. We see Milan project na make Endra ye kayete hon kakra bi ni ayewe. Shara ke bebo aya o table no sure Milan no more 9th. And position no more than they are 47 points. The last Champions League qualification spot will likely go to the 4th position because Italy for normal performance in Europe ninti I have no many 5 teams again. 53 47 difference women are saying 6 points. The form of Milan, on and off, so the rate at which they are winning, a bit way kakra, omunya consistent enough, and then teams are battling in no. Meka said the any team no or lack a balance, any consistency no would have to be Milan. Juventus have made changes. I go to the Aba, Bologna, omunya Bayera Bewajo. They are also a solid team. Lazio, equally good. Roma in between, and they are on a resurgence under Claudio Ranieri. Into their check from the 4th position, they see the 9th position. They are all from Pani Roma. We're winning 5 consecutive games.
Yeah.
So momentum is in their favor.
And they won't look back.
And Fiorentina team, you know, Ocho obedu Hujuma. They beat Inter 3-0 on a good day. They beat Juventus again on a good day. So why is Milan struggling? I think it was just about the transfer window and the transfer strategy. With a proper sporting director and a proper plan, Milan would have recruited better. Again, Shadrack Mwaye, on the summer transfers Milan made, or the Toswa, you will see clearly. Yusuf Fofana, Strahinja Pavlovic, Emerson Royal, Alvaro Morata, Alex Jimenez, and then Tammy Abraham. None of these players are mobile. They have demonstrated true quality. Say, Omodia, Odi Omonsa Komo Milan team Nimua, Sebe Wabu Musu, Dabi. Yusuf Fofana has not really made the midfield a mainstay. Besindeno, Milan are missing Frankesi and Ismail Benacer partnership. No, Strahinja Pavlovic. He has come at a time where Milan are at their weakest defensively. Emerson Royal there. Nanko Mu didn't home come also Messan back to sender. I'm going to turn from Spurs.
Some of Mijano.
Yeah. And nothing no Marco Fahwan Diaba. Kawaka and was also Pradi account. Alvaro Morata. Yakaze Obo Teki. Galatasaray. Alex Jimenez is just a young boy who needs time. Tammy Abraham, a loan. You name the status yet. All my the winter transfers they also made. Santiago Jimenez, fine striker in the Netherlands. Obaeno, in the first 2 games it was brilliant. And then in the whole chain go shemu. Warren Bondo, I say na when ya kwan ye didn't rim, so he would need time. Joao Felix.
Back to sender.
Ye didn't come Chelsea the Betona ko Galatasaray next season. Ricardo Sotil, a fine winger. Obaeno no opportunity, sir. Kyle Walker, not in his prime again. So the transfer approach of Milan, a problem. Amusi Yoneko US, Giorgio Ferlani, no Nigeria Cardinal couldn't come on. I'm sure there will be changes, and the changes will not just be about coach, because near see coach in Yadi for Fraba, the same issues Ray said. And so they will target the senior advisor in Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And it's a team now Ibrahimovic will have answers to also provide. And then baby Omobeko. So maybe what's not able to us.
Whoa, Mate, Medase. Couple. On our frabon teba, we are born and soon Muna.
We are no Mukaka.
We are no Nabia.
I'm Radiana in soon a new form. But an idea and in soon no form. We should one way we are unable. Sena a preference soon. I'm a quadri in a mamma and I'm pam. And then reaching Nana. Soon a good new team. I've heard me say, I've heard me say, oh boy, one coffee. One coffee, no coffee. It will have any more. Massa.
Come on, Flubia, uncle.
Oh, me phobia.
Minyan can come to Toby.
And see, oh, the iron say, I come Black Stars. I say, we didn't come on that.
You're anyone,
oh, yes. On also to soldier Gumas or side as you feel like a couple of mini pano or bois. Oh, what's that? I will be Tonadi and Matubia. I don't know.
Couple of few.
What is happening?
Really, I did Jimmy. I could look at
when I need to so name me become you can
no journey now what you
no honest to make me say ya baba me no Cabo, hey, your story.
Newton, 100 meters. To Eddie. I'm the Caribbean Basso.
50 meters. Ucha. Mese from one man salary.
You tell me say
50 meters.
Oboha. We cannot now Koni and now where
Now watch your phone now come because say video. Me
say what you 50 meters from one bumpy.
Okay. Mate.
Shall training
Yes.
We can't be able to say no. Can't be able to be able to. Yeah, me cool.
Asempeni young comrade na fe ni nkomo na yen samra ni utin so na yehwe se de nuama bisi akwe be real na ye di nkomo se na no pa no ye di kan tu dwa no coach Otuado ekobaye no am say mekwa awma no so aba na fe medi nkomo na fe ye se de nuama enso esi konti meba na maba be di san nkomo na mom ye bekọ Black Stars so coach Otuado baye no before se Ghana bo Chad ene Madagascar game no okọ Gamanchewo eko se blessings in Shrakakra se eja omu be bobo no nkran mountain so no bae no na se oba na odi aseda ba na afi omu nso empire omu de ta na chi no ba be kaso me bae ma mu hira me ma me koye me di hira no enso ekoye e ma bibia ye fine ti enra anokopie mo ho ne nase enso ekoye ma eja praises and worship ekoso edema coach Otuado ye betie kakra na ato aso.
The more blessings you are giving us, we also try to make you proud. And one thing for sure, if we qualify, we bring the whole team. Once again, thank you. With your support, the blessing will go far. I know. Thank you very much.
No so na afie nkodi nkoba ye ba beto coach Otuado ensensem no so ye kokumasi Asante Goroko communications director so ye na afie ye di enkomo yera Safuduko lawyer ewa ahoma no so ye ne twetwe nkomo kakra na ye hwensem afi koto campaign ba. Hello council, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Na biwi abakore council.
Oh, nyame adom boko.
Yeah, then I'm asifa. We dey anope yes e bon koma kakra free Kotoko camp. And Sembebri and hodemom baby a person start e dey free game mo boy against Barcelona All Stars. Mo boy game no ewie no post match coach Abdul Ghazali ko interviewer. Wodin Sembebri to just say before match na Kotoko pese omura omu team num na omu be nuama ba ku bi but omu ntimi nti omu de kofa officials no so ensemi baye no GFE enso a charge Abdullah Ghazali ono enso akoyi no ho ano ho Kotoko as a team allegation etia team no yaka asem esem be yi mu ho ano mo nso mo fa asem we say
football aye no emra ho obiye bibia Ansonia, the association, no, it's an African, and you mona as a chamber or I demand. That means if you're not charging, almost I refer number the ethics committee, na opportunities, Omra, and some of Okano, or Nansibia on Famra. The other train I had here, ABC. The Mika Gojian a football, who wants them. We never football money you can't, you know. The FNI no council. Beyond that, you know. Kotoko your transit, you know. And you know, you need to be as a
okay, na say eba na say ebono esimbia ensem na okan no nyina so bia ni so a Kotoko fo so mo be take action etiana na.
I mean, if you don't apply the sanctions. And that's what ended. So we are doing. So we are born here. It's also saying, it was we are. That's all.
Oh, okay. Say and some buy and coffin say me braba because on say big club like Kotoko there. Allegations say banner say top club no so I'm say ye timi enya evidence so no waka ato Kotoko so how the base the be team no so ho ebetimi say o kan FM ran e dey adwuma ntini e be train FM no said your mo kan no say o mo the verdict ba bonten a then ne enso yetimi aba na ye hu action a mo betimi take as a club said or dey atudwa no na mo next game mo be bono preparation no to say o MTN FA Cup no.
Oh, your next game against True Democracy, you know, in Sunday FA Cup matches, prizes a womb. The first division class, the Iowa Montino, Yabaya also. anybody be the ball match piano. A piano, the course I'm matching. Yeah, team also. To me, training. So far, no way I can say apart from a lot of no out. And I feel ablo so I was starting live training. No, there be a fit to play. If you say your materials here on any day, no, and I got to continue account for through democracy. But any day, because one also Obano, a French business club, a beer, but can see about the Asian. It also Obano, but probably we are thinking was there. Almost will be here. You didn't know a different match. You might be at the crowd. The Obiano would say, and who's there. But the community and the Bro Obias here and the course how much to make sure say double 9 percent of your general. And to me, album. We sorry to say, I can't move say, BBR. Great power any forces there.
True democracy for Omuni has a free money say Omono Omushia big clubs na almost strategy omudi remuno different cra. Kotoko Emomu.
So when I make a say a match because this is a young team Omono born say Mantia more day I wouldn't make a 20 BBR and now also anything. Now, usually about with experience. Of course, yes, about your favorite home grounds, you know, and you will become and I don't think say through democracy, I better than Kotoko. In all honesty, is a better credit. But football will be a surprise room. If there must have surprises, no entry. If you be a yeah.
Say what you pa say true democracy for no has for our golden cakes and you or more Edom film that's division 1 there's a division 1 for no mushia you can say Premier League clubs na obi rom ho boss dey all can no you be share nyame adoma say the game no be sia na GFA happy hour no so no Kotoko for weekend baso baba Rock Sports Stadium money FA no collaboration with the happy hour no say ni city
it was a bad year about FA Cup matches and I did organize woman there. So far, no. Happy hour, you know, say, how the matches swim well. In the young busy. Every organizer of matches. You got to go there, you're ready, Baba.
Okay, that's your partner. More justice for Poli, MZ. Court in semi the one I would do anymore. We said and we are Mexico. And I mean, I do my next week court. Preparation is saying is it here. Nipadodo say na Bejina court that come Nyami Adoma next week and a process no and so say.
Well, you see, idea. Nipa, Nipa, or three, and I charge you in 3 separate cases. Assembly and Saturday. Was assembly do court a process is said okay. Sammy, you know, Bozibonia, Emfa, Omano, Assem, MIA, you be just some Omuguzwa, at the administrative stage. Sebia, Ombenia, who for us have a count of mine, Zaya. In the open file, your friends are witness statement, you know. And now, we are not video, we be never come. But Omanyamfa adanse for no more 7 omunkata nya dia dingina enya MI enti almost some gusu enjemu bi na enjemu no kudu ba bia afina na afidi omaka so afidi ya charge ni pa we dia afidi pese dia asem no enya no na me boa Tuesday 2nd April na katrike zingina basu osunyane district code B unfortunately said ya mungina amanimu no Ghana company just to declare holidays Monday and Tuesday. It's a Indian come for Salanity. Said Tibiano cases of Emaso. the bayan say Adia I working day no Prosuta Ebeko Uncle Judith na Oma Yensa can be the next day to me between Ako Tuesday with the alcohol holding no court no maso.
Oh, okay. You better say what confirm me at the Amayepa. Where council over corner, you be sorry, and the video be circulating on media and also about Polly, a wife from the Nafi, and a Busia for, and since you when you try so, that video no be so.
Oh, my hobby.
Na said ye, Usia lawyer, Remui, Polly, a free me, me banny say, Polly Mano, Senkaye, Chebi. Ewo pole di mu a sɛdeɛ abusuafo ne ka no nkasa nkɔɛ benya bi gina yie paa sɛ nkɔ benya bi aso papa ne pole
sisi ade mbese me de sa ngofo ne nsɛm no ɛbɛyɛ adwuma bi asa isa sɛ ɛnyɛ abɔnten saa na ogina ɛka sɛ ne obi ba no obi a yɛtum wonim sɛ ɛyɛ ho tutu nyinaa yɛ ɔpomso ɛna ɛgyi na yie a ono one dey say kuku mahene na yeye edi do penso be kanu e na eye fa na ide yejuma edi do bi kana bonje de ye fanya sem kwa ba de ba ko pe na pe so manfo ina isua de free mu se e ka se ba enye banko ani de obi awu no Ghana kwa mremu no se wo na se wo fa kwa bia na obi na wo fa na se wo na wo hwe no se wo dan wo bibia da so saa na wiase nyina hu se sa nipa no bibia da so na so se nipa de free mu a nipa na wa fa na se ne ba na so dan na wo hwe no a woni ho a sabe ne ho ba chi no e ba se ye chere ga pade ko na wo nya bi o tu ko akokot mpo e go se court court di ma no se e nipa o chese na me na e o he me o fa me se ne ba ni bibia enti the whole kula wa no within him so court bo no court ti me hwe sam pass e o ti ase no o fa wo se ne ba me wiase nyina wo se ne ba no o dan wo ene woni wo no o se temba ya dia etimi di ina ga pade ba no enti no ene banko ani do bia wo bi ba se ne me kai no e yo ra to bo o ne be che se de hye nyina be si ato aso enti no enten ni wura ebre no so a ye be hu de be si
lawyer you better say na mamin bisa after say a resume say a ball league no ye kokra ye nua na chi who attendance was stadium saying na anamombe na matu dia fa ho
well attendance there and share that and so and said na etie no but when we say at kotoko yini na agna ba yo so say e bi atwam na nipa ebufa so I didn't tell a fee, so I didn't young. It was what a meeting out door yet to a epic would be able to say. I don't know, it was out of him in the end, Carano. Momentum once. At the aircraft and any shop. The music part of the one that's so doctor. The other country almost said, you know, it was why I had to try to say, Bear. Near my yeah, but my papa said, you know. The baby between be a situation like who's the Siano and Cyberbum, and I can assure you the end of the year.
Now, and one or more mood to Nibina, ama porcupine tertiary, and they are matching us on decision set, and Common Master your Mbamba team Nechi, Copem set, Yenny or Toyano, Yabehu, or more, or Mudis, Anya, Ransam, and I'm running your muddy. And I'm more to behind the scenes to whip up enthusiasm and also increase attendance. And Ubina more masses so marking a banana.
I can't.
Return no, send a club, Nessie Huno.
Oh, sir, only you go out, only do a home. Indeed, I want to take your own decisions. I will take your decision, no. You know, much, that's you know. Yeah, Momu will say Namoka, by Yagging will say that ye. The Amoka say no more justice for Polly. As Yam will say justice, no. The credit as head of penny in your justice. A process, especially there. As someone I could do court, no. The guy positive about money actually penny. They are charged or court is also more Ogusu the assembly. No, your mama was a process not starting. Yeah, but I say, but was a yentina. I'm a vote, I was a lawyer, a more jack one, I say, but was some so, but was Wako. Indeed, Nina, which is a assumed cry say. In the Timono, a year in Zombasaba. I'm a Pesasamba, a Betasina, a Jojo, let me trust. In the good news, your boy union and good one of us. Say, almost who say, the echoes is almost also one, a year say, the Edzian, and the papa. Yes, you know, money I can say, yeah. It's almost say, but was what I say, justice for pulling, and Tina, if I could say, Fiddy. That's the piano, but when you put me or yes, I'm running the bit.
Our Casa Munoka say, nice about Simony so this season a double, nice a Moji League, you know. Now, my son's GFA Cup. Now, League no more Shana, and Sasaka Crebiaba, Nina, and say, and Swateraman so much your moon, free league, and say, or say, the FA now, and she share Didi Juma. There's a team side any more mobile ball against Waterman, a more 3 points, 3 goals. A bunny say now, Mama Bon Waterman, when you're 3 points, and I'm lose to 3 points. Teams are money or more pre league, no, in goal stars, as of folk more, Ebenya 3 points, 3 goals. A bunny say, have more and more ambition of winning the title. No.
Well, who can all refer to Emra? Emra, you need to be in the Usher, the Ghana Premier League regulations na 13 oh ndi amra no omde ye no yeso ye trust ya na yeso age semra bi so ba bi betumi aboan ya na ka kwaye emra no ani na ye nam so ndi for now the semra kasa jiri se obia entimi ne mra entry but league ne die emfa wo say you no benya points bi kwano itila no e wakwanya se agobramaso no se mo de mo ko nkan ye timi sa itila no betimi agi
wo agofama no so mo be si ma kan na ma pre benemom so modi mani hwehwe mra ni ma hwe sa akwanya bi wo ho a e betimi ama sa 3 points 3 goals aye cheche no e betimi eja ya no so mo be hwe
ani na your options ya and that table so here say the man enyen service enyen tokwa uko regulations no ma kan ewum na here say loop no ba bia dey na na the man no a for now na dey focus no ye matches ya aka no say ya sebre client sem it means and it means na emfa won say obi anya points free no so I bet my league no and Kotoko is capable. Because I'm going to okay, exactly as okay now. See a bit show me. Hello.
Lawyer, I'll say.
That is over the I say, you wish you
no mobile.
And this is a show. Points no cross a bit myself.
Aye.
It's not a young because I separate crying.
Enti ya ba shimo the best FA Cup ne league no na de be cost bi ase ya be bo aso na ye ne we de honkomo ya da se.
All right, this is that.
Wo eno nkoma yekodi enti kotoko ensem ana ye dia ba na yewrem na afi otuado ekọ gamanche no nkomo ba ko bi ekọ so far dede ayu captain Edemada Black Stars emre bi atwam no ne captain ese de Jordan ana ye ni se ondi team nanim na ebusa ne se da be na dede be ba team no na so dede de for call up no ye ne de na ohun se players bebre ho a na omo ehu hia chen dede enti na ono nso efre ya wantimi am free dede ayu ye betie nsem Utu Ado Editudra.
And Andre, yeah, we see. I mean, like I said, the rooms, the team is always open. I'm looking, and if we need him, surely we'll call him. At the moment, I see others ahead of him.
ere ensem kakra ode atudwa na owie no ana fifi taki ono okasa de ma ayu family ono nso abeyi ano about coach Otuado ne comment about the day ayu no ana say na coach Otuado yi then okay because what can say me bro very disappointing on Otuado the commenter o make here because edu maybe now say o select players based on players or me active or more clubs into then and dey obeka say the day born or active I say oh ana who say players be or say me free money ade eno ade a hadwe panti fifi enso ade a on Spotify edi nkomo ana ade kakra e ma on ade na so no so apalaya wa reply coach Otuado eno kakra ifro on me ba our parliament renra na say ye train sports budgets the rest of the month akai I dey be ram till December sports and recreation sikado do say na ye twa to I dey be sports no bra 65,899,456 Ghana cedis and ye twa to titiska no keka bo akire ni ade a be 650 billion over and as you say ye dey bo Ghana sports no bra sikanu so and e do so ye beti Mr. Speaker said o announcement no Ghana ye sports budget for this year.
The question is as many as are in favor of the motion number 12 on today's order paper page 4 say aye. Those against say no. All members, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted and this house accordingly approves the sum of 65,899,456 Ghana cedis for the sales of the Ministry of Sports and Recreation for the year ending 31st December 2025.
Na sigano no mo boy no na honorable ono nso eye mpidema nsawama droji honorable Anodompre ese sika ne de maka ne mom ye ka se maintenance so a sika be ne de be maintenance stadium ne say a ko ma ye bibre a se ya maintain a ebe say nti sports minister and the sports committee no ezo mo ko piska na maintenance no bebi amose munyeske bia mo gope na mo fa mbe no so.
We have faced threats of tournaments being taken from this country because of, and the reasons can be traced to what my senior colleague alluded to. And the chairman...
I understand under Honorable Kofi Adams, no tournament will be taken away.
Well, Speaker, that is a hope. We can all hope, but I'm saying that there should be a line budget dedicated for the maintenance of these sports facilities. So we've invested so much into these infrastructures, and it cannot be the case that we leave it as it is until we have a tournament coming before we go in there. Yes, we commend the minister. He intervened on time and ensured that these interventions were executed. But Speaker, it has to be traditionally done, and it's something we must do to make sure that the national assets don't run down.
Ese na enuama ye kaba nti ye be si na mo mfansi nyame adom ochena e wo Sems o mu SHS Park no so no justify na me kan wasem na beba so nti unim bo ne bo a o age no e between enkowiam
koye frempom man so
dey so ko fancy
unim peve so bro 17
memma
na ma be catch any pan say 15 16
nti
u twa me mentro na
ya ko ka se coach na ya yi
na mo yesa
ti esremo na me adom ochina oba for 20
Ghana cedis ko tournament na mara yini pa be nso
afimu enye ahadwen 20 cedis
20 cedis
ni nti o fa mu tura 20 cedis aba
uni osu age ni yesai
age no ye far from 15 to 23
and I'm so onya 41
on count on timi ma ye mfre walk
and a real age
the way a real age oba ye beje we no Ghana card is in wiem aha enti ozu o frɛ walcott e was 0596 690. Oh, now one is also confusing. 0596 690 096 0596 690 090. Na for no edin komo.
First na catch na come gina me ko justify.
And nka we ko to ntena wo mo.
That Musa me nka 7 na yan ko fi o ko ye.
Monti akomi anu anko yi na bodua.
Oh, me chiro pa.
He will teach you a lesson small.
Oh yeah.
Me. Not a small lesson.
Me so boy. What is the only message say am for the bomb say. I'm saying you ati praga. Oh tushina. Ana as a minimum dey need to family was ohun say because police ni ne man ba ko tushi bomb. Na what to say police no training no. No dey be nya so won yi ni fo mo a be wuro say ball. Wow, you so boy. Yo, tell me sir.
But sana ukomrika me pese me hu. Sana ukomrika. Sana ukomrika.
Where training how much for there?
Now sana ukomrika.
Dabi ntito ho.
Na we dey ka.
But me ya me antumrika me pese me ma ball krema so. O tuhwe a, utumi me. And that's of concentration here say me metiare.
Nani uri da yese.
Shakano.
Ara sa so sisi said you oye bibi no.
Wa brewo.
You dey do me lomo.
You coach. Boni stamina.
Yeah.
You menguru.
Yeah. You need GF in casa. Happy hour.
Yeah, cardio ya bono.
Ba me fo aso happy hour.
Happy hour mo fa ye hwe me ya o me.
Kodoko game no.
Okay.
We very
Newton.
Yes.
Yeah, flyer no na nko obi amra.
Say, come here, me use spike ni bi. Hey. Also mom do na bro from tabro. Me chiro pa.
Me mas na me kind of simple. Me say untimi nwe 50 meters. Ma can pie, ma tro Twitter, ma tro X, ma tro Facebook. Untimi nwe 50.
I didn't now say ye me doping test.
Ma twa doping no.
Watchem.
They di bi afabra.
Okay.
They want no bi afabra.
Yenkoso.
Ya untimi nwe 50 meters ya.
Yenkoso
da for pass bi aba.
What do you say? Etana
Coach,
Wontumi.
me penasempa, he knows it. Many didn't come up behind the scenes. Now, Coach Adote, Coach Sibu, Otia Kenten, Omunyina Omoko, Piquet, Omoko. Behind them, Ubenya and the Thompson, Coach Michael Osea, and Chebena, Yamifan Crency, Omotuaso, ya precomo, Ignatius Motuaso. Behind Ignatius, Ubenya Hamza more etwaso Hamza Obemo and then Amos from Pond like myself here. Yes, so did this why na Gazali so Hamza mo. Yes, of course. Why a very young, say the same generation I belong to, but because he's had the A already now on the starting Juma or yeah. Na oyiren ho bet said na make kan edi ha asem or kan Raola asem young coaches are o mababa wram at the elite level na sebe ya na nye coach no kwa na de obedru so wanum kasa so edo beko. So Gazali the mestre ne say asema sebe uni evidence na wo evidence in professional adwuma na wo ye ninti so control ethically na Gazali anyade se woni mumpa I mean maybe ni misako to the Gazali ako training was downtown aba oni David David me yoko David etu de impo na kan no evidence kra no ade club na yama wunti no hold you brief and one Ghana kakra irrespective de basake eyama osisi kotoko susu do agine baby go for training kotoko club ya da fraternity ni ya big to call out two people now wo two no mu a esa okraba cross now that club na say so oh baby a dachi kotoko bracket you na mu a also one more club no pen but dachi betimi asaba fie
I mean him say be a bad dachi be obetimi akwa asaba be head coach.
Yeah, you're so right.
You might never know.
You're so right. So Gazali on control no and to those players allegedly why you be sa wo nyama me wo yema ho you don't have vision, you don't have integrity. Oh yema ho say yam pass nya pa ukoye bibi sa dia wo yema ho ya quickly the dasem no ya na 15 to no bokakra yeah, we live in a world of transitions. Yaba the day ebe pushing crofo free blaster no be shame at a very young age. To say 18 years how about the day baba bobo ko touch the day credit to be question ba. No question master ball boy but oye one map no is so young say oye one na ball ko touch recruit me ko fa ba. And at that time no say the playing duties no a lesson. He's a key member of the squad. But at some point the daba be a key and will lead the team noama and yaw blaster team baba jina yi. The imagine him say the day ebe pave way for other players like Bukari, Joseph Pencil, Mo, Cruz, Kamal Dean, Sulemana Kamal Dean, and Akamal Sowa. These boys is a Hakumo. I'm also so in a drew. And in terms of the workload, fill the Nankasa sono yaw. The Nuyama Baye. The Kudus Baye, the Sahaku Ebeye. I will say the debate made the same thing in terms of the physical level and yes, sanity. And now all rose and our leadership impartation. Say your leaders with team. Thomas Partey is a big boy. Jiku he plays under Ateta ne Mourinho. Can we say Jiku ne patent me lead blast away? Are we not having other big boys with team to say Inaki Williams? I'm a ball for so many years. Oh, but me lead this squad we say. Yeah, we should calm down for the Blasters. Yeah, do come at I'm only trying Madagascar. We our target on the continent: Egypt, Cameroon, Senegal, Nigeria. But and then I say BBI. Until I celebrity Chad in Madagascar. It is a team that me confidence kakra. You be talk about enter four nations. What you say now?
Well, new me that's nene. I mean, no raw was not so new come so hard. Chairman of them to Africa. I do not go into almost a man. That's what I was not where dear. Yamiadu, said Jumano so we are Jumani painting a biama time I was on Cabano going to my bat. Kitwa be so I mean so far. Say arrangement today Saturday ne Sunday. And she share it to say.
Saturday no your matches me no. That's right. Park Academy. Ebeshia Atram Divisa.
That's right.
Zone 2 Division 1 versus Zone 2 Division 3. And so two teams ni na about 4-4-2. Omukra ball. Omu wingers the taking. Na flanks no call. And the way Omu possess it's a bay like a chess game. Match the bay papa. Anna Viano from 7 to 9 or so no the Bruno Derby. And
also Chelsea became game.
Now some do say waje FA Cup menu one with Mediama and or they has a GB or J treble. Anna became for so say I feel I don't know they call Africa.
Became for so formal.
Yeah. Why you Modiano? Men can say nine saying dear a year. Became even though has for 11 titles as the most, but
became very consistent.
Became some seasons back at the keep cross on one of
they are very consistent. We see say Saturday matches you know Uja pa in fact the whole Ghana baby a bed the pa or Ghana Baba Yara be there sin baby na Sunday no Karela one the golden kiss the has
of Fokura.
Imagine say Oma pick home na Yakobo no Zuba. IGP no paying for no be mu no say there be Zuba capacity 1,200,000 has supporters the case omo ba you be a problem. Into for security reasons the monkope capacity be 10,000. You have baby University of Ghana medical stadium hall and the ma you know say Yakobo so na say has home tinipa na won na ebo no Yakobo ni home wa pick home no etina eden and so omo jitu mu obi anya obi asin ye omo tumi has free
asem na wo kan
nti golden case eni brebia omo de basa go the omo home
na dia no even though ye golden case for home no
na mebo hwe Park Academy omo free offense so ebesin ba takwa na 3 weeks earlier omo abana Rose Park mediama it's again I say omo division 1 team no abo omo 5-1 e wotakwa
asa okwan wa wo ba
na wo san ba bi ni omo senior da ba bi share for FA Cup omo be share mediama enti obi anya obi ano e adwuma o see din won ye din be to so abi
yeah because to say the okay cry e was so cry no e drew sa FA Cup money lower to say be a Carabao o mo na won say teams ne bi ha adwen pa bi bo so anya wan wa say kick for no yi ha say free mo and the same division 1 team so na ebebo Asante Koroko me wan say be a similar
democracy no
true for no
ta match no maka say we Kotokoni na office mwanya na fala rewrite
tele fi atwen atie resource
omo na omo ko park omo to me the 28 splinter buses supporters
true democracy for
the whole time omo akuma omo ba papa
omo ne say oka fan base asemedie true democracy na park division 1-4-2 FA Cup na maborema omo ba omo dom na
park ba say uno ebia obokotoko na ebia moyeso Onobia, omo fans ne ba ba kan dwen wo stadium.
It is mommy and Brantem, Brain our numbers. Yeah, it's a festival, a family day. And my buy free. Colanda 15 a free.
Wow.
Them a family day. Monday and Tuesday holiday. In TMBG and bar for Bibika Crabra, ice cream, Bibia or if you know, or lunch to dinner in our fan or
Saturday, and
Sunday. Wow, 2 days after.
Oh, body no pass any now.
Saturday, be now. Why? Every cabin was in dinner, more money down. So because a competition league no fine, a whole beer episode, you be episode Africa. So also now GFA cabin so but I say it drew a cup now. Okay, can you strong cry?
Yeah, they be crying. To Matuma, winner of Ghana FA, on South Africa winner Bishia.
Because South Africa also bought FA Cups and
the same MTN. So those are near my connected. Now, him a pohone area soon. Well, say, your fat FA Cup matches as an event, yeah, manage event.
That's right.
And yet, test the football. The drew MTN FA Cup. Referee Bapaka, you bonity. This is Shatawale Costi, so bonity. You bought players, D. You hyper players. To be show, be a catcher, me players, say, you drew FA Cup by Bobo, this other BB show. They don't see that in the league. The way is the packaging and the way you treat you, more. In fact, me family, you mean Niagara. You drew FA Cup, I'm back. Even pre-match back.
Yes.
And maybe because of the referees. Because you say, Mr. You're tournament competition with you, be and you'll be out.
Yeah.
There is no Mr. Once you left your performance because boys no mobile no Africa no park no. Once you Africa ni be.
Wow.
And once the match I was they call Africa. And everybody is challenged. Everybody is motivated. Everyone one say is the only competition of Ghana. They say you know. Yeah. The boys see that the Charlie the cash
in fact, let's say be our America from Racket time.
Yeah.
A day bows now, more crowd in there. But they are quite down here.
Fantastic work.
Yeah.
So we just build.
Omania Konopana Antiama.
Yeah.
Obesumu because Obesumu. A Chiban common sama want to us to be. I dare my one year as a catch them young referees. That be one tranche, but
the last year final and this year I can tell you for a fact is a Mabesedi.
Wow,
final no man everybody.
My auntie, they beer. Oh yeah,
encounter baby.
My auntie, actually beer. So now we do no man.
The discussion was the game. It wasn't the referee.
Yeah,
and Sana MTN FA Cup a penal.
Oh, say me kai Mr. Game final back. Has ne as good ewa crowd Africa no man involve pa ha na mo bench for
first one.
Yes now bench for as good
me cover a black
a man be perform here no kwaku from pon
time drew here play aboya you know ma so share you call that ke wa
Ochomo Ochomonka
sa fela no oba waka
oh yeah there
na final no pick up papa has folk and some of do na squad na footmo as go the squad we set to semo
Canadian masquerade is free baba shaky
yes
akola bi gina state so already
said the musia no there
na person be busa na semba ko ha say so shake teams na ka 8 division 1 for year 4 and a premier for year 4 what if it happens say Africa will represent Africa my confederations this one for pack a tram through democracy golden kicks or geo bet me a confederation my
sa na kan you when you some me say sky aba semi final that obi be say me say
oji abeko
sometimes mo
say
na mo buye say me facho nyame adom me 30 years na me go radio station. Me sky at the age of 30 years.
Oh, nice.
Ghana, yepe Obiaye digital TV. Me na me chance your Ghana. Status. And I raise millions to do that way. Now you're Africa, you're asking me to make me go. You're insulting me.
Yeah. because they said now Ora was saying
and she dreams score had you mkoye
yeah oh they just pick division 1 say
that me bo dreams score papa na park academy ni portage
that's where facility say Premier League club in Finibi.
Yeah, Premier BNB. But me Mako Africa be. I know the standard.
I understand.
Your division 1 4 no. Do they have the strength to match in Swatre knockout your J last time out? Yeah, so if I don't have a personality, I want to have that confidence from the start.
I was thinking to win fund to say winning bonus near the boys ni nyasa say nipa no interested on Premier League. And as own team.
So omani say omani abre no. Would they share at the end of the FA Cup in Yankopon ABBA?
Okay.
And the share so on the so no share parents now.
Yeah, and I'm sure. A trouble pack.
Yeah.
Match
semi-final.
Yeah, definitely. When we I'm anticipating. And become for us
semi-final.
Yes.
And Omon Ebebo.
One of for me and a Sunday for us. Yeah. Now Bacarella and golden kicks.
So I likely say. So
yeah.
One for because of Bokota ni we are. One division 1 ni back where they obeko the semi. Okosia to say Chelsea and be
much excited.
It's very exciting. And the highest Ayako Nani Akra we need that from division 1.
Yes.
So that's the record. And as Sky FC, so we go to the semi-final. Our Branke say
so minim the account be abaso the can not the account the odi jama e
the person can is fans are sebe omo person omo benefit from the happy hour no between 12 to 5 p.m. but hoyema
ayema
me atum that is
okay
because ye both here and say person feel pose na chi wono because hoyem tia utwa video na a match is live on TV. It does person feel and ebio happier and 2% will enjoy happier brana be free entry or hono and hoya map betum say hoya ma 1 betum
beton ticket no so gate wa
beton ticket to game we ticket
okay
ukro bibi kakra and yen kai hu say May ye bought top 4 nation tournament bi Orlando na Ghana kan Uber course or visa. You need to have tickets. That's how to me.
Just your football.
Because I have so.
One man for
where tip of say the
match.
So why to me and demonstrate this football matches.
Unya.
I want to say. What was you know? Because the tickets I printed on. You're making sure say you're printing tickets that you're printing and then no tickets no they are what they koto embassy for any man be say you be available
wow
tip of the
there FA Cup on the
planning and yes I'm build the capacity
we can manage I wa na make FA Cup on the Cup on the ora ta minim say and one no you be commentary so
the last time by 2 overview
I was saying
changes available. Congratulations.
But that's MTN FA Cup chairman Ora was an answer and our test here no edin komonyam more tena quarter final matches na beba so atram the visa ball park academy I no me ensa awia and at 7 o'clock and you under floodlight Brekum Chelsea and Bechem United Sunday Karela United and Golden Cakes I'm gonna kick ass of folk every mono I don't see no me ensa at 7 o'clock Sunday Asante Korokoni True Democracy no ana aye games and ebeba so de nyina no and so my team for an penso I will show no so now me ba be dimi nkomo me wi an ma ba be ye no so ama wo na ya bi mo de mo tama so mo nkoda yare Jenjemit and so enka say menu say ho ye de
Yakopɔ dom fasi ho ye
na de na yo sira so so bi wa no
ma feel
abi hu watch pa dok ho ye
Onyakopɔ
dom my phone so bia
Jenjemit dental clinic branches ni no bia bokɔ